Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to All Roads Lead to Rome, a Vampire the Masquerade game. This is episode 39. The journey to Athens begins. Hope you all enjoy it. Uh, Leave a comment if you like it, or if you have any improvement. I promise I read them all. So, happy listening. Okay. Well, welcome back, everybody. We are now on session 39. Uh, as I recall, when last we left off, you had been sheltering in the city of Sparta in Sparta. Um, the prince of Sparta had graciously offered accommodations in his protected uh, court for everybody, so you didn't have to worry about trying to find shelter. So, if you are ready, we can begin. It's a brand new night. Everyone has gotten a willpower point back. If you've spent any, you're down one blood point. I think we had all hunted the full, so everyone pretty much should be full -1.
Um,
And
I believe we ended while the night was on. So, we had some plans on doing something
Well,
ex.
between buying armor and hunting and everything else.
Yeah, so then the next night
So it's
came
a new
and we.
night. I think everyone is at full -1. You have all woken up, safe and sound. The prince has held to his word and protected you through the day.
All right. Do we want to? Do we want to take a risk of staying around any longer to look at the sights?
Um, I will have to feed.
they require feeding, Icarus.
Yeah, I do. Not much, but still, it's better to be full before leaving.
If such as that stands, Nicodemus nods. I would like to stay one more night as well. I have some pressing injuries that still require to be healed, and this one more night of leisure would suit me just fine.
Okay, making a hunting roll. What is the difficulty?
6. 6 for you, 5 for everybody else. Or no, it's gonna be 7 for you, 5 for everybody else.
I take 3 blood point total.
Yeah. You had plenty of opportunity, so you're good to go.
I'm actually 10 down, so
Really, I thought you had made several successful rolls last night, but go ahead. Oh, easy.
after what happened, at the end of last session, I think I won't take 3 blood this time.
Oh, please. Do it.
No. I want to control the pace at which my humanity erodes.
You were very bold that session.
So besides hunting, are you guys doing anything else while you're in the city?
Nothing in my head.
Can you remind me what was the state of any libraries or centers of learning in Sparta?
Libraries are for the weak.
Nothing like this in here. Are there any people of wisdom that seem to be gathering around here? Like in the taverns or whatever?
Not really. The common helots and stuff and have their own little sections of the city, kind of segregated off. And the Spartan men and women have their own sections that they attend.
Interesting. Do they have any sorts of people who heal their wounds? You know, after a battle or something, or is it for the weak as well?
They do, in the slave quarters. That being said,
Stupid
you
people.
most assuredly know far more than they do.
Ah. Well. Is it at least possible to find some sort of a place where they deal like a what's the word? Like someone who's performing a triage, like a medicine man working about. Maybe we could spread some wisdom around instead, if we cannot
Okay.
gain anything.
You can ask around. That's gonna be. You're gonna have to persuade people to talk to you, because everyone kind of shies away from the outsider here. This is not Rome. Outsiders are not usually seen here. So it's going to be charisma plus legerdemain. Get some people to talk to you. Get the right
What's the
people to talk to
difficulty
you.
like? What's the difficulty like? Is it 6 or 7?
Yeah. Wow. Looks like you did very well. Yeah, there's a couple people talk about how there are people who follow the soldiers around in the encampments to help, but they don't hang out here. They're pretty much kept in their own little barracks. Usually they have like a little closet or something in the schools, or closeted away from the rest of the helots so that they don't get contaminated by any kind of rebellious thought.
Well, thank you, good man. I shall leave you to your own devices and bid you good night. And Nicodemus goes off to the search of those locked down people.
Okay, this is going to be an extended roll because you don't know the city. We're going to say 5 successes are needed at difficulty 6, and it's going to be wits plus legerdemain as you search around.
That includes asking questions?
Yeah, you're asking directions, just talking to people that are out and about, the farmers and stuff, stocking up the markets and getting directions and just generally not getting lost. So
Nicodemus takes an ample note to actually remember his way back. This meaning his curiosity is taking a lower priority here. Extended roll.
Yep.
Each roll is like 0 rolls. 0 successes. Does it mean it's forfeit, or
no,
should I
just
roll?
keep going. You just so the second roll you hit on a nice broad straightaway, and you found a really good spot, and then you got a little turned around, and then somebody on your last roll was able to set you in the right direction. So you're standing in front of what looks to be a typical training school. You can see young men in their very early teens standing guard at the doors. It's quite dusty in front of this compound. The boys, it's still springtime, and therefore it's kind of chilly at night. It's not frosty, it's just chilly. And so they're almost, not quite naked, but almost. And they're shivering and cold and doing their best to control it, though, and standing at attention, training to be true Spartan men.
Are there any true Spartan men around, or just this person?
They are sleeping.
Oh, is it? So it doesn't seem like anyone's working around here because it's too late, right?
Correct.
Such a wasteful. And no one's like doing extra time to patch up the wounded or whatever?
Well, they haven't really had to fight for a year or two. So the last campaign really ended about a year or two ago, and actually ended with the current king killing his co-king and taking this sole throne. So they've actually had about a year of peace. But there are still training injuries to take care of. There's work for these people. You got to take care of the training injuries. You've got to take care of the guardsmen who might fall and get hurt. The occasional random skirmish, things like that.
That was the idea, but it seems we are too late for this. So Nicodemus just wanders about and looks if there is any tent with wounded or something.
No, not really. Not in the city.
Well, that's it then. Just sightseeing for the rest of the night, and yeah, what was the result of the hunting roll? If I had 6 successes,
12 blood if you needed it.
Yeah,
12 blood easily, and more if you wanted to chance somebody getting hurt.
Not this time. So yes, for the rest of the night, Nicodemus braves the streets looking for something interesting, and when the time is right, he seeks off to shelter.
Okay. Anybody else?
Beyond feeding, there is one thing I want to
Okay.
look at. Are there any lakes around the city?
Approximately 1 to 2 kilometers out there are.
Too far out. Never mind.
There is something I want to do. Icarus will go to head ships. He will go to the head. Yeah, I can't pronounce it. My tongue just does not work. I will go to head and ask her to enchant my sword with the fire thing. Do I know if she has that power?
Yes, you do know that.
Okay.
You've been together long enough to hear that.
Okay, yeah, I will ask her to, use the ritual on my sword.
Well, of course. Let me just make sure I know the blood point cost. Okay, 3 points. And blood magic is the one thing that the tax doesn't apply.
Well, considering this is more of a one ritual than scene, it probably 4 blood point because of your weakness.
No, like there's an exception in the weakness to when blood magic is used.
Yeah, she doesn't use the extra blood, but she does lose appearance as her goddess exalts through her physical frame. Wow, outstanding.
So wait, what does a 6 success do now? 6 charge? What?
Yep.
I don't. So I can attack
6 hits.
Successful hits, you mean?
Yes.
Okay. I have to take that as note. And it's also, well, I have to read ritual because I don't know the details of what it is and what it does.
Yeah, you don't know how many it's gonna last in character. You just know, hey, it worked. That's awesome. That is amazing.
Yeah, I know. But like mechanically, it just does the aggravated damage for 6 hits, right? And it's fire.
Correct.
But it does not cause Rosh wreck.
The flame itself doesn't cause Rorschach. Whether or not it causes Rorschach in a vampire it damages is
If you
it
hit
isn't
somebody,
specifically stated.
if you hit a vampire with a flaming sword, they're gonna roll courage.
Okay.
That
Okay.
is simply instinctual. Now,
Okay.
they're not gonna roll it if you just pull it out, but once you hit them, they're gonna roll it.
I understand.
And
And
worth noting, the fire is green.
Yeah.
okay. And also I can hide it, right? I remember
Yeah,
correct.
just sheath it.
Yeah, when I sheath it, the fire is not seen. Okay.
Correct.
Yeah, but it will go on when it's out of the sheet, so gotta be careful in cities.
Okay. Anybody else?
Actually, it's probably still too late, but we are aimed for Athens. Athens. I don't suppose we can find any sort of guide or anyone who knows these parts around.
That's actually very easy. It's a established route. So the trail is actually quite easy. And there are people who have traveled it.
Is time important? Do we have to be fast?
Nobody's standing over your shoulder with an hourglass, but every day you waste is another day that Mithras has to prepare for you.
Like, I'm considering if we should hire horses or something for the, for going to the Athens, or just, find a ship and go with the ship, because there's like a very small distance on sea, I believe, between
Well,
Athens and
do
Sparta.
you guys who has ride?
I
I mean,
don't
it's
think
not-
I do.
Wait, do you need ride for
you do.
simple riding? Like, not fight, but
As in-
simple riding,
Yes,
you
you
know?
do.
Okay.
Because
However-
unless you
Oh.
have animalism or inoffensive to animals, you need both ride and animal ken to control the animal.
I see.
What about
Oh.
Well-
hiring a carriage?
Here's the
Yeah.
thing.
Well, you
Fabiana
guys
has
kind of have
ride, but she
carriages
doesn't
already.
have animal can.
Also, fuck. Before we go, I would now like to make a donation sacrifice to the temple of
Outstanding.
I think I might actually
Um,
have him.
if you would like to do so, please roll your intelligence plus theology.
Who's that?
So,
Yeah, if you are planning on doing something religious.
Any of us?
Yes, anybody.
Okay. Well, Fabiana hasn't done anything like that in a while.
what do you mean by
Looking
religious?
up his sheet.
Albana's offering a sacrifice. So Albana, there are places in the marketplace and the nearby, right next to the temple, that are selling stuff that you can sacrifice. So maybe clay tablets, small animals, things like that.
So was it Div 6?
Yes.
Yep. Fabiana will definitely help with this.
Oof.
Okay, so the pair of you go and you pick up some suitable equipment at the nearby marketplace, and you go up to the temple, and there is no night priestess here. But there is a spot open where you can offer your sacrifice. It's not at the foot of the statue of the goddess, of course. It's much further out, just inside the temple. But it's set up to let the general public come and make offerings.
I will go there and provide.
Yes. You perform the ceremony, you offer a prayer. You guys can go ahead and say that if you like, otherwise we can go ahead and just say you offered a prayer.
Yeah, I wouldn't know what kind of a prayer to.
That's okay.
Bless
Right.
us upon this journey.
Yeah.
Better safe than sorry.
You have successfully offered a appropriate sacrifice, and you feel that you have fulfilled your obligation to the gods and will not incur their wrath on your journey.
Guide us, Disputer.
Okay, would anybody else like to do anything?
Not me.
I'll probably a bit more out of the way, offer a small, make a small offering of like beer to Set. Not with all the foreign deities.
Good woman. Alright. Spend one more blood point. You have wake up the next night having made any sacrifices you want to make, traveled places you want to travel, done things you want to do. So,
Okay, we go Athens.
I believe Nicodemus has asked somebody to help guide you to Athens. That is actually fairly easy to find. There's plenty of people that have done the trip and been there, and that are more than willing to take you at least to the edge of the city and get you going. So, there's a random human with you guys who is walking beside the donkey carts and shows you the start of the track and shows you how to navigate it. Very easy. He tells you that the next major village is a village called Mantheria. And during the day, it takes him about a day to get there. It may take you a little longer since you are traveling at night for your own reasons.
Anything of interest in this village?
Not really. It's a nice nearby trading partner for pottery and olive oil and things like that.
Is this a good place for hunting?
Are you asking the guide that?
No, to you.
You'll find out when you get there.
How would you know?
Also, if I ask it to the guide, he will probably understand it as hunting deers or something. I assume.
Yeah, exactly. That's what he'll be like. Well, we usually bring our own food.
He likes it very rare.
Very rare.
Are there humans here to hunt? Oops, it slipped, sorry. Are there any deers here to
So, the good news is, it's a very well-traveled route. The bad news is, it's a very well-traveled route. And therefore, secure shelter positions are going to be difficult to find that don't draw attention to carts that are not attended during the day.
Oh, man.
can we go inside the woods and seek shelter there?
Yep. So what we're going to do is it's going to take about 1.5 nights to get there. As a team effort, I believe Icarus has been rolling this. Make a Wits plus Survival at difficulty 8 roll.
I will assist.
Nicodemus shall as well.
Okay, wait. 1, 2, bonus. Is anybody else assisting?
Yeah.
Okay.
I do not have survival. Would they be able to assist in the first place?
If you don't have survival, you cannot assist.
Okay.
Is Ehamus assisting?
Ihamus cannot assist. He is driving the carts.
Okay. And you, Labiana?
Yeah, I can assist.
Okay. Difficulty 8.
Excellent. For tonight, you find a pretty decent shelter. Back behind a ridge. At the very least, you can completely secure your travel crates. When you wake up the next night, 1 blood point down, all of your stuff is undisturbed.
Yeah. Because we are vampires, would it affect me with armors and such? I probably don't get like body problems, right? For sleeping in armor.
No, not really.
Okay.
Drifting out might be a bit uncomfortable.
Alas, we are traveling.
Yep.
What happens next?
All right. You make it to the village of Mantheria. It is a pretty standard village setup. Decent sized amount of people. It's considerably smaller than Sparta, of course. The village itself is open. The main gate is open. Nobody seems to be truly on guard here. You will notice there are individual pens for the animals.
They heard news and have updated their defenses. Oh no.
Let us not
God
repeat the
damn it.
mistakes of the past.
No.
So you get here, it's
Indeed.
about 1 o'clock in the morning when you get here. Obviously, pretty much everybody's asleep.
Are there any people walking? Everybody. There are no guards, right?
No, this is a simple village. It's they're not really worried too much about raids and attacks and things like that. They have pretty well. They believe they're pretty well protected. They're not really worried about bandit raids or something like that coming to get them.
I have a question.
How long is until we reach Athens? How many nights?
Approximately 2 weeks.
Splendid.
Wow.
Best to have our stomachs full. So Nicodemus approaches the gates and is it open? Is it closed? It's probably closed.
The
Is
gate
there
itself
something
is open.
wrong with-
I go for hunting too.
Okay.
Let's stroll in.
The base difficulty to hunt is 7.
Okay.
Okay.
Well, I'm gonna try again.
You are not going to be able to seduce anybody if that's your preferred method.
Can
Basically,
I
you
go
have
for
to slip into their house and feed on them while they're sleeping or something like that. So that's going to be
Okay.
Dex Stealth, Dex Legerdemain. I'll take even Melee or Brawl since you can simply bust the door down and go get them.
Can I go for
You make a lot of
with
noise.
However,
survival?
with survival.
Would it fit? Or
Is that what we rolled last game for everybody?
Hold on. Okay, go ahead.
Did we roll wit survival for everybody last game in the village?
Not necessarily. I did too for sneaking and hunting humans. I did with survival.
Okay.
That doesn't seem like. I
Alright.
think everyone rolled sneak. Okay.
Okay,
never
I'm
Or
gonna make.
That's
I'm
what
gonna
I
make
thought
stealth.
too.
I'm gonna make a
I did
fiat
stealth.
ruling
Stealth or
here.
something.
I'm
Or
gonna make a fiat
dexterity
ruling.
stealth.
The hunting roll, if you wish not to make noise, is going to be dexterity plus stealth.
Okay.
So Nicodemus steps into the group. Let us not repeat the mistakes of the past. I shall assist any who wishes to be very quiet about their movements once I get the turn of my own. So once I'm done, which should be fairly fast, I will assist anyone, and therefore we shall not make any noise. Is this
Okay.
acceptable?
With
Or
the-
are you all bulging into going into slaughterhouse?
Difficulty 8 for
Well,
me.
hold on. Anybody who accepts Nicodemus's offer, your difficulty is 4.
Interesting.
Because obfuscate helps mask the sound, which considerably lowers the risk.
Okay.
So I think Lebian is going to take up this offer. That goes without saying.
I mean, would
After
you have,
last time.
do you happen to have a hand of glory prepared?
As a matter of fact, I do. But I think that's only used to find out whether or not everyone in the house is asleep,
No,
and whether or not anyone's actually awake.
it puts them to sleep.
Let me reread it. Give me a sec. Oh, go back here.
Yeah, they fall into a sleep, and they might possibly stay awake, and if anybody does stay awake, the hand will actually tell you they're awake.
Yeah, by leaving fingers up as to how many are awake still. So it does put them to sleep?
Yep.
Oh yeah, it does. Therein will fall into a deep slumber. So this would be a good time to... I mean, obviously, just a clarification on that. If obviously everyone's already asleep, would it just make sure they stay asleep?
Yes.
Okay.
That is actually
To clarify
specifically says they will fall into a deep slumber or stay asleep and be unable to be
And
aroused.
unaroused. That's probably a good idea for me. I need to make use of this ritual. Ah. Okay.
I have no problem with you saying you have a mummified hand coated in wax on your person.
Because
Well,
it gives
yeah,
you
that's
more,
most
it
certainly
gives you
would.
ammunition for later, right?
So we're gonna go ahead and
Right.
just have a single roll to have you see how well you made it at the
Activate.
time.
Okay.
Okay.
That
So your
is
roll is going
intelligence
to
plus
be-
occult, right?
Yep. And its difficulty is 5.
5. It's 3 plus the level of the ritual, right?
Correct.
Okay. Give me a sec.
Okay. You can burn this candle for a total of 5 hours before you need to make another one.
Okay. Alright, so
And we're going to
obviously
say
at this
each
point...
hunting roll that you help with is going to be half an hour.
So, me?
Yeah, so you can help with 10 hunting rolls before your hand is completely burned to nothing.
Okay. So... bear with me, I'm still figuring this out as well. Yeah. Alright, so Labiana lights the candle. And I believe first she is going to approach the house herself and try and at least get herself sorted.
With a candle in hand, you produce light.
Yeah, but they stay asleep.
Well, yeah,
Hopefully,
they stay asleep.
all of them.
Yes.
Hopefully. As I said,
Nothing. The hand does not indicate anyone is awake. The hand itself, it says if anyone stays awake in its radius, besides you, and it only affects mortals. So if any mortals stay awake, it will curl a digit down for each mortal that's awake. All digits are open, so nobody has remained awake.
Yeah. Oh, I thought it was the other way around. Oh, one figured down for each one sleeping. Okay. Alright, so she's going to I suppose try the door, make sure it's open. If so, she's going to...
It's not open, but it's very easy to slide open. You simply take your blade and stick it through the door and the cracks, and you pop it open.
Yep.
Nice and quiet with Nicodemus helping you. There's no noise possible to even be made. So go ahead and make your... We need to make a hunt. We're gonna... You know what? I'm not even gonna make a hunting roll for you. There's 4 people here that you can feed off of. 2 adults, 2 kids.
Okay. So what she'll do then is, considering how many I'm down, I think she can safely take 2 points of blood from each of the adults.
Okay, no problem.
Done.
Is anybody else wanting to feed?
Yeah.
Okay. Go ahead and make your feeding roll, please.
Question: how much time did you actually spend between Sparta and this place?
2 nights in Sparta, including the night you arrived, and then a night in between Sparta and here.
Okay.
It's Ihamus' hunting roll. Looks like everybody's successful so far. Is anybody else wanting to hunt?
I've already made my roll.
Perfect.
Same.
Is there anything else that you guys would like to do in this village?
Ditch the place.
Yeah.
Literally, this is literally just a stop on the road, guys. It's just a place.
Exactly.
That's why Nicodemus is not triggered to inspect every bit of little thing about these people.
If you guys take off, it is getting close to dawn. You start looking for shelter, and you realize you are near to another village called Steno. So you backtrack a little bit. Icarus, please make the survival roll to find shelter.
Okay. It was 3 bonus dice, right?
Correct. I will even allow you to spend willpower on this if you want, which you don't need to. You find an excellent spot. For camping. So you go to sleep. Everybody wakes up refreshed the next night. It even feels like the weather is with you, as it has remained clear and nice. It rained a little during the day. The ground's a little wet, but it's springtime. You expect that.
It doesn't slow us down.
No. The road you're traveling is very hard packed. There's been a lot of boulders and stuff dropped in it over the years. It's not exactly smooth, but it's not gonna bog you down in deep mud. You know, it's not bad where it's gonna suck the boots right off of your feet. So you pass Steno during the night very easily. You keep going.
Steno is just another village, right?
Just another village. However, what comes next is not just another village. It is a very rich and important city called Argos.
Argos. I don't suppose we have anyone to meet here, do we?
Alright, so Icarus, make one more survival roll. You are not going to reach Argos tonight.
Nice.
Outstanding. Well, stiff 8, but only 1 success is needed, really. When you wake up, somebody has been messing with the donkey's harnesses, but Ihamas fixes it. So somebody came and stopped by, but they didn't take anything.
Okay, but they touched the donkeys.
Yep.
You know what I'm going to do? I will go to head and ask him to use animalism. Ask her to use animalism to ask donkey if she got raped. If it got raped, sorry.
No, the donkey's fine. They were just messing around with it.
Okay.
Okay. Theme change.
I assume all our belongings are in place.
Correct. Everything's safe.
How many nights have we been spending our blood?
You
2
are
nights?
down
3?
2 blood since the last time you hunted.
Yep.
Okay.
Okay. Time to do a quick change here.
Excuse me.
Give me a second, guys. I gotta change the map around just a little bit.
The tension.
Yep. Alright. Move you guys over to here, and we'll be ready to go.
Okay.
I wish I had a bigger monitor. Alright.
Ooh, a castle.
You camped just outside of Argos, so maybe an hour or 2 outside of Argos. As you begin to climb up the large hill on the western side, at the top of the hill, it's almost a new moon. It's just starting to the moon is just starting to become thick again. It's just past its new moon. It's a crescent moon starting on the waxing side. And in the light of the stars and the moon, it gleams off of the limestone coating on the walls of this castle. So the road has you climb up the hill, climb up the hill, climb up the hill. It's very large. It's basically a mountain. And then it skirts to the southern edge of the keep. Hatshepsut only. Please roll perception plus awareness.
Oh god.
Oh, interesting.
Ooh.
I wonder about the
God, ace
connection.
this roll.
Difficulty?
6.
Wonder why I only had Hatshepsut.
A particular merit.
You'll never know.
Yeah.
Hatshepsut, there is a guardsman standing in the middle of the road, and it looks like Ihamus is about to run him over.
Wait, guys, hold on. Person there.
Is there? Do we see that?
No, nobody sees it but Hat.
What? What do
Ihamus
you
is
see?
like, what?
What are you talking about?
Is this a joke?
You can't see the... Ah. Okay.
Are you feeling unwell?
No, but I think I know what's going on.
Have you fed on a rat?
What's
Pray
wrong,
tell.
Hat?
Shed your wisdom upon us.
I believe we may have come in contact with a spirit.
Spirits are
Oh.
not my forte. Nicodemus looks between Labiena and Hatshepsut.
A
What do you
spirit,
recommend?
say?
Suppose it might not hurt to see if it responds. Hatshepsut's gonna get off from the cart. Icarus, if you may, I'm not certain, but I believe with its current enchantments, your sword might be able to cut through a spirit that manifests.
Okay, well, in my experience, I haven't dealt with spirits much, but I'm up for new challenges. I'm like, is this like I'm pointing at the crowd, like here? This am I standing correct?
She's waving this thing around.
No, it's you don't do it
I
like
will-
that.
I will call you. I will let you know if it's needed. And with that, Hat will walk up to the spirit.
The spirit makes a warding off gesture and like puts his hand out in the universal "go no further" sign.
Hat stops at the specified point. Who are you?
At this close range, you can see that the spirit itself is in a condition where it looks like he's been in a terrible battle. There are wounds on him. This is obviously probably where he fell at some point.
Oh.
And it does not respond, only shakes its head and makes the warding gesture to go back.
Hmm.
And the main road just goes straight through him, right?
Yes, it does. There is no obvious danger of any type.
I'm gonna look around. So, are we just on the road, or
Yes.
there's no buildings nearby or anything?
Well, the wall of the castle is on your left.
Ah.
Nicodemus is going to look about for any physical signs that would kind of hint as to why spirits would be here. Signs of battle.
Well, this is a
Bloodshed,
main
anything.
guard point for the city.
What is it saying?
Anyone attacking from the west would have to pass by this castle and would open themselves for attack.
Do you know anything about the history that might suggest what battles might be around here? Might
Well,
happen around here?
There have been many battles through this area. Argos is quite wealthy. It's in a very advantageous position.
Nicodemus has been. Nicodemus has been through around these parts.
Yep, you and Icarus
journeys.
both have spent a lot of time here.
Would he recall what exactly? Has there been any
many? There have been
battles?
many fights.
Too many.
The major fights, invasions, the fights between Sparta and Athens. Argos is in a really good spot, but that means it's a tempting target.
Would Nicodemus actually recall whether there's a Canaanite in the city or not?
There most undoubtedly is a Canaanite here. It's a lot of people in a concentrated area. But that whoever that Canaanite is has not involved themselves in outside politics in a long time.
I'm just going to look this through and say, if you cannot answer my questions, I will be forced to go ahead.
It looks sad. It makes no. It does not physically attempt to stop you. It just doesn't move.
So it does have some barest flickers of consciousness, at least.
Ask it if it has a master.
Are you bound to anyone's spirit?
Or anything?
Or any...
It makes a gesture to the castle and then backwards to the city.
Did it say anything?
He pointed to the castle and then the city.
Oh, splendid.
Question.
Curse or something.
Can I see anything around the city or castle if I open the aspects, like in details, any figure?
Go right ahead. You open your eyes and your ears, all of your senses. You strain them.
No, just eyes. I'm looking at the city. Probably I can't smell.
The road itself goes down the hill, and you don't see what's on the other side of the hill. You're just the side angle's wrong. But the city itself, you can see a little bit, and the gleam with your auspex enhanced eyes, you can see the gleam of starlight and moonlight off of fine, rich buildings. The sight lines are nice and clear. There's not surrounded by woods. You don't detect hear any breathing of soldiers waiting to ambush you. There's no sign or scent or anything of wolves waiting to rush out of a small dip in the ground and take you. There's nothing to indicate physical danger here.
The soldier.
Go, Albina, go first.
The soldier. What armor? What is it wearing? Does it has any markings?
Hatshepsut. That's a really good question. Hatshepsut is going to have to roll intelligence plus academics since she's not Greek, difficulty 7.
You can also tell us what kind of things you see.
Well, there'd be an issue of knowing what's important.
I didn't.
Everything. Every splatter on the uniform.
Nothing is insignificant.
All right.
Couldn't.
Hatshepsut, roll intelligence plus awareness alertness to describe this. To describe it specifically. Diff 5.
Sorry, what did Albin ask? I didn't heard it.
She asked about what is it wearing, is there
Distinct
insignia, stuff like that.
And unfortunately, alertness is a skill that is a talent that I never picked up.
Damn.
It's only a
No,
diff
I
5,
don't
so it makes a diff
believe
6.
there were. I don't believe there were any forces from Thebes around here.
Can't he reroll with +1 difficulty?
Sure, and if she wanted to, she could spend a willpower point.
Okay, I'm gonna spend a willpower point for this one.
Alright, so roll at 1 diff higher. You spend a willpower.
Ooh.
She spent
He
willpower.
He really doesn't want us to know.
Basically, to Hatshepsut's untrained gaze, the armor is too damaged for her to pick out any good details.
Yeah, so that's a zero successes.
That's why it's not a botch.
It's certainly armor.
Well,
Can you ask the spirit if he does not want us to go to city for our sake?
why won't you
or...
just ask the spirit who he is?
He does not seem to be capable of speech.
Well,
Yep.
you have some. Well, he doesn't want to, or he cannot speak. Can spirits speak, or they just radiate their thoughts upon you?
You know what I'm thinking? I am thinking that maybe we need a table with letters on it and a little small hole that on the letters the spirit can move it maybe and we can understand what the spirit tries to say.
Unfortunately, we do not have the time to make such a device right now, but
Well, he could write on the ground, but then again, the way you explain it to me, it seems that he is somewhat not entirely able to communicate.
We shall.
Just ask him how we can help him.
No, asking does not help. You know what? Try to use one of your hand as peace and other as war, and ask him which one he choose. Just let him point towards the one of them. Let's see. Peace or war.
Hold on. How exactly would you use your hand to depict war, and how would you use your hand to depict peace?
Well, one of the hands should hold a weapon of some sort, and the other one, emblem of peace. Something reliable, something that can be connected to it.
Like what? Do we have anything that can transmit a message that cannot be misinterpreted?
I mean, can we make an occult throw for that, coming from the religion as such?
I think this is too far stretched.
Alternatively, we could try investigate at the locations indicated.
Indeed. Perhaps there will be more spirits around.
Hopefully. Hatshepsut will look to Spirit. I wish you swift passage.
It nods its head in acknowledgement, but does not move otherwise.
And with that, Hat will get back up on the cart and motion to continue on to the town. And we will be investigating that castle soon.
Ihamus gives a little click and the cart starts forward and drives right through the spirit. The spirit makes no gesture to move or do anything like that, and the cart just continues on with no issues. As you drive down the road, you come to the top of a giant amphitheater. And the road skirts down the side of the amphitheater. And the city of Argos lies laid out before you. This amphitheater will hold 20,000 people.
Good lord.
So there's a crowd in there, or is it just
No,
capacity?
it's empty. It's just enormous.
I'm pretty sure that's more like that's higher than the number of like Spartans that exist in Sparta.
So the road passes down one side of the amphitheater, goes straight down, nice and broad and straight. You continue to go down the road. Did the bot quit? And the goes into the city. There are people out along the road. There's a number of beggars begging for money, alms, food. There's people camped along the side of the road. You can see people going through the buildings, emptying out the chamber pots and stuff like that, collecting the urine and the feces. Hauling water, people, hauling water from the nearby lake. Yeah. Just the kind of stuff you don't normally do during the day. So everyone's just, all the menial laborers out at night taking care of this stuff.
Mm.
The dark side of Greece.
As you get closer and closer to the center of the city, you notice the traffic is getting lighter, starts to fall off.
Huh.
Until it's deserted and only you are on the road. The statues and carvings that would line the buildings and the city street, they don't look right. They look just a little twisted. Like maybe it's the proportion is a little bit wrong, or there's something just when you look at it, you don't think, man, that's a nice statue. You're like,
why
man, that carver messed up something.
is it getting?
So it gets dark.
Yeah.
It's getting, the shadows get a little bit deeper. And at the very center to the city is a temple to Hera. Hera, the queen goddess of Argos.
As if everyone was avoiding it. Does
The Greek
the
face of
temple
Juno.
does the temple look deserted?
It does, unless you have auspex on and are trying to listen to stuff very carefully.
Indeed.
You can make a
Yes.
hearing-based perception roll, perception plus alertness, at difficulty 6.
Hearing based.
Sorry, hearing base. Okay. And how
does
loud
Ax-
is it?
Does Auspex lower this? Or,
Yes, it
Or
does.
is it...
So
It's a
difficulty?
D5.
It's if you have auspex, it's difficulty 5. If you have auspex and you are using it,
It's perception
shit.
plus alertness, right?
correct.
That's a bunch for you.
Chris,
Yes.
Chris, how are the sky?
Let's make a weather roll. Cloudy. There are a few breaks where you can see stars, but it's pretty cloudy.
Not enough for a reading.
Correct.
I botched.
All right, Icarus, you're kind of like just off in your own space, listening, watching. You're like, oh man, it's I don't really like where we're at, guys. You don't hear this at all.
Sorry, what am I supposed to hear even in the first place?
Oh, we'll get to that. Labietta, you think you hear this. Nicodemus, you hear this. Everybody who made the roll, and I'm going to roll for Ihamus as well.
You need dice aspects to make that roll.
You do not need auspex.
Oh, so just perception alone.
Yeah, hearing based.
Yeah.
Okay, Nicodemus and Ihamus both stop and are like, what the heck is that? Albina and Labiana both think you hear some sort of echo. And Hatshepsut also pinpoint that there is a voice echoing badly coming from inside the temple. And it sounds like singing, possibly?
Uh-oh.
The three of you guys,
nursery rhyme.
Nicodemus, Hatshepsut, and Ihamus, are going to make perception plus awareness rolls. Now.
Okay.
6 diff.
Correct.
Zilch.
Oof.
Nice.
I
Nice.
can't make sense of it.
Noise.
But you're here.
Hold on a second. I'm gonna try rejoining the call. The voice connection's getting a bit
Okay.
in and out for me.
Right.
Albina, Nicodemus asks, can you make sense of it? Her is Juno, right?
I cannot understand what's being said.
It's the singing. Listen close. It's like alluring, but not really.
Which
What
which
is this
singing? I
one?
don't hear anything.
What kind of liturgy is this?
Wait, what
I-
are you guys so I don't know wondering about right now? I don't hear anything.
Icarus,
I hear
Icarus,
something.
I want you to focus that no one ambushes us, right? There's reason for the people to avoid this place, and we're stepping into uncharted territory. I want all of your free eyes open, right?
I like it.
Yeah, sure. I will watch out for the ambush. Looking out,
Yeah. So singing music.
watching our back.
I can't make out what it is.
You should go have a look.
What do I? What?
Okay.
I got 3 successes on the awareness
Hatshepsut?
roll.
Somebody's answering the singing. There's 2 voices.
Oh.
Only Hatshepsut makes that out.
2 voices.
Where's the second? I can't hear the second one. Where's the second one come from?
Voices? They doesn't sound like voices to me.
Just one.
Ihamus he hops off and ties up the donkeys. And
Hatshepsut likewise hops off the cart.
So
Nice.
Nicodemus kind of shakes off a little bit, and where's the castle? Are we in the castle or are we near the castle? Where's the temple as in relation to the castle?
this temple is in the center of the city. The castle is quite some distance away, at least a kilometer, maybe a little more.
Is there a homeless? Is there a homeless around the place or street?
This is more of a public square type area. This temple, being the most important building in the entire city, is smack in the middle.
I see. But like, then is there people around here?
No,
No. It's like very.
It's empty.
Dark,
Deserted.
empty.
quiet.
Creepy.
I'm going to head over to the temple.
Likewise, absolutely.
Nicodemus comes along.
I'm
Oh,
but
for
he's
the
very
others.
wary.
I'm watching our back. Like I'm not going inside the temple, but not very far away from the teammates. I'm
Ihamus,
just going to watch our back.
obfuscates himself and follows you guys
Oh,
in.
fucking pussy. Inside voice, fucking pussy.
You can't tell he's
If-
obfuscated. You either see him or you don't.
Wait, actually, if his obfuscate rating is 2, if his obfuscate rating is 1, maybe I can.
He's got more than that.
Okay.
All right.
Ooh,
You
does he have
guys, you go in, and
fire?
it's laid out like a standard Greek temple, but it's dark, dark, dark. Even with dark sight, you can't
Wow.
really see anything. You pause, you try to flip that switch in your head to activate it, and
What about my own ability?
You know what? I'm going outside. Like when I go inside and see it's very pitch black, I will go outside and try to get some torch and light it.
okay, we'll come back to that.
Try to calm your nerves. If it happens to be a spirit, they seem to feed off of strong passions.
Emotion. So we should remain calm and
Isn't it demon?
passive.
Well, you haven't got there yet. So you guys, you go in the entrance, and somehow just enough light. It might even just be a trick of how they built the temple. Enough light is bouncing off. Moonlight, starlight. No torches, though. That it's casting weird shadows.
Ooh.
And there is a figure leaning at the foot of the altar to Hera, underneath her statue. And that is where the singing is coming from.
Okay.
Can we make out who it is?
She hears the echoes of your footsteps approaching, and this figure stands. And you can see the figure's rather small. It's not a child, but it's not a full-grown adult yet either. And the figure turns around, and the figure is holding something in her arms. And you can just make out through the darkness that this is a female holding a little bundle in her arms. And she's still kind of laughing and singing, and maybe possibly mixed with a little bit of crying.
So is that a lullaby that she's singing?
It is a
Like
hymn.
for a little
She is singing praise to Hera.
Oh.
Can I understand what's being said in the singing?
Yes, she's basically singing about how Hera's great, and she is the mother who brings life, and surely, and Hera has heard her desire to have a child, and will make sure it's fulfilled. That's kind of a standard Hera's going to make sure I get pregnant song.
She's going.
Chris, could you perhaps try changing the region? It's still being
strange. It sounds fine for me.
Yeah.
Me too.
Okay, how about now, Luke? I'll change it here. Give me a second. There, U.S. West. Let's try that. How about that? Any better? Worse?
It works.
Okay.
Works.
Yeah.
If it keeps up, I'll stop the music. That might be doing it.
Would be the case.
All right. So, this girl stands up, and she turns to look at you guys, and you're about 2 meters away. And by this point, the shadows are still across her face. You can't really see across her face.
My night sight does not allow me to see past the shadows.
No, it's kind of weird. It's like something's interfering with it.
Would I be able to do a code roll to realize if there's anything manipulating the shadows, or if there's any what's the source of their naturalness?
Yeah, Albina, yes you can. That's a good idea. You can make a wits plus occult roll.
I was actually just going to ask the same thing, just to see if there's anything unnatural about the shadows. Like, supernatural, in a sense.
Doggy doggy, barky barky. You are making too much voice.
Okay. Albina, something is interfering with the shadows. This you should be able to see through it, and you can't. This is not right.
Wait, so is it?
Sorry, go ahead.
So Albina
Uh,
understands. This is not. She should be able to see through these shadows, and she can't. So you're about 2 meters away from her. And she steps forward, and there's just enough light now that you can see her mouth is covered in blood. And the bundle that's in her arms is a baby.
Is the baby blooded?
She
I
starts,
open my.
She starts laughing. I haven't got back to you, Icarus, because you're trying to get a torch.
Oh, so okay, you caught me like this. So I'm outside the temple?
That's what you said. You said, I'm going to go get a
Yeah,
torch
yeah.
outside the temple.
Yeah, okay, then I have to change my understanding of the situation. Also, am I outside the temple then?
Yes, you are.
Okay.
She's laughing, and she starts talking to you guys in Greek, of course. She says, the goddess heard me. I sacrificed my sister's son, but now I can have a child of my own. And she laughs. Ha, ah. She's so happy right now. I'm gonna have a child of my own, a baby. My husband will finally have his son. I'll be able to provide for him. Oh, goddess, praise you. Praise be unto Hera.
What is your name? Albina steps closer to her.
It doesn't matter what her name is. It's Greek girl.
She tries to gently open the bundle up to see what happened to the.
It's a baby, and there are obvious bite marks, like not vampire bites, but like animal gnawing marks on the baby's neck.
She looks back to her, and does she looks to be a vampire? Does she has any of the characteristics of a vampire? Does she looks to be breathing? Does she looks to be?
She looks young. She looks like she's 16, with her skin is flushed. Her breathing is coming heavy. Oh, praise Hera. Oh, I prayed so long and so hard, and I heard your voice speak to me to sacrifice my dear nephew, and you would provide me with a baby of my own. Oh, and I know it's going to be true. I must go. I must speak to my husband now. Please. And she puts the baby down back at the altar and turns back. Hera, if you ask Hera enough, if you worship enough and you sacrifice enough, she will hear you. Praise be unto Hera. Oh, I need to go tell my husband we're going to have a child. And she starts leaving, and like not just leaving, but like almost dancing her way out.
Hatshepsut is going to try and make a mental note of her features and name.
Before she leaves, can I try to look into her and try to dominate her? Where did you hurt Hera?
I'm not even gonna make you roll. You can dominate her. You're done. Dominated. Answer my question. Where did you hear the voice? I prayed to Hera here in the temple, and she spoke to me. And she accepted my sacrifice.
When did you spoke to her?
I have heard her voice in my head for a week now, since the last festival.
It's the last festival.
Have the priests? Have you spoken to the priests? To the priestesses?
The priest told me that if Hera wishes a sacrifice for my child to go and get that which she desires.
And she told you to deliver the sacrifice in here after
No,
it was
no,
done.
no, of course. Hera told me to offer the sacrifice. That only by my personal beliefs, only by my personal efforts would she bless me with the child that I so desperately need. That my husband needs.
I see.
If I may ask, what was the last festival?
I'm literally trying to find that now.
Oh.
It would have been a spring festival, probably Demeter, festival of Demeter of some sort.
Fitting.
Interesting.
Yeah, Hat's gonna make a note of the name and features and go examine the altar with Nicodem.
Would any of us know of Hera before now?
Oh yeah, Hera is a hugely important goddess, essentially Juno in Rome.
Yeah.
Hugely important. If you have
Ha-
any theology at all, you know Hera.
Fair.
She has a tendency to try and murder all of Zeus's love babies.
Would Albina know any fertility ritual, any forms of enhancing fertility that she could give to any devices?
I'm not sure what you just asked me. You were a little quiet.
And would Albina know any way to enhance fertility in a device that she could give to the girl in that?
You would know some sacrifices and prayers to say, but mystic, like actual mystic ways to make it work, you don't know. Just by faith.
Okay. So yeah, she's just going to give her some advice and send her home. Tell her about some prayers, some stuff. Send her on her way. Tell her to enjoy the rest of the night with her husband.
Yeah.
And she'll have.
So you give her the standard wise woman advice about what herbs to take and things like that, and she goes off. Icarus, as you are scrounging up a torch and getting ready to try to light it, you hear and see this girl come dancing out of the temple, twirling, spinning, singing, just incredibly happy. And she walks right past you and starts walking down the street.
Okay, I look, stare at her from behind, confused, but I don't do anything. I mean, she looks happy, so nothing supernatural looks like. So I'm just like looking confused. And then I head toward the temple with the torch if it's light.
All right,
Like
you need to
it's-
make a wits plus survival roll to light that torch.
Okay.
All right, now make a courage roll at difficulty 4.
Okay.
All right, you rear back like, oh shit, oh fire, oh crap. Okay, I got it. You light the torch, and as you walk in, they are examining the altar. So there's blood on the altar. A lot of it's
Okay.
not unexpected, of course, animal sacrifices and such. But there's fresh blood. You can smell it. It's hot. It smells of iron. The scent is heavy in the air.
Does
The
it
cor-
smell like human blood?
Yes. Well, it smells like blood. Can't really tell. But the baby, corpse of the baby is at the altar, and you can make the reasonable assumption that there a lot of that blood that's nice and fresh is that baby's blood.
Wait, did the woman kill this baby?
Certainly seems so.
And she's human, right?
Yes, as far as you can tell.
What
But
about the
we-
shadows? Do they still behave in an abnormal way?
No, they're gone. They are back to normal.
I have a question. Is this a wicked type of worshipping Hera? Can I make a occult roll for that? Like, is this
Nope.
normal
Theology.
theology?
Yes.
Okay.
Wits
What
plus
theology? Okay. Oof. At least it's not intelligence.
Can all of us make it?
Yes.
Difficulty 7.
5.
What's
So
this for?
6.
Wits theology, diff 5.
Yeah, I don't
What's
have
it?
theology.
Yeah, so that makes it 6 if you don't have it.
I have it. What's it for?
Is this an appropriate sacrifice or not?
Oh. I was gonna say, would final sight be useful here?
Actually, probably yes. It's one of your
So I
rituals,
got
is it
3.
not?
So I got
After
3
going
success.
Alright. If you achieve 2 or more successes, Hera does not like human sacrifice.
Okay. Well, you know what I'm going to do? I will. This weave is probably very disturbing to see a dead child in such manner of short. So I would like to make some proper thing for the dead body, something that's
Well-
relieving
Well,
for the
in a
soul.
minute.
First-
So, yeah, La Biena is going to do a ritual, correct?
Correct.
Okay. So I believe the difficulty
Okay.
on this is going to be 4.
Mm-hmm.
And-
And same roll as before.
Yep.
Let's make sure I got the right dice pool.
How do you conduct this ritual? Because there's 2 ways to do it. You can drop blood in the eyes and say a prayer, or some necromancers eat one of the eyes.
Yeah. I think the former.
Okay.
Eat the eyes. Just let's overkill this baby's corpse. Even be
Exactly.
more monstrous.
There's already blood on it, so the first option would obviously be a little less
So you prick your finger
obtrusive.
and you drop a few drops of blood. Drop, drop, drop. Drop, drop, drop in the eyes. And you lean down and you say a prayer to Dispater for about 5 minutes. And as you're saying it, suddenly your vision clears, and to you it looks like that girl is holding you in her arms. And you are laid down then on the altar. Your vision travels to where you are laying on the altar, and then her mouth opens and her teeth are exposed, normal human teeth, and then you see her head bob, and then your vision begins to go gray, and the vision ends. So what you see and you reasonably can interpret is that she laid the baby on the altar, exposed the baby's neck, and then bit into it with her mouth.
Oh. Wow.
Sounds like crazy.
I will obviously relay this to the rest of the coterie, and then we shall determine what I've just seen.
What is?
What do we think?
What is the meaning of this monstrous act? This vile woman.
She may have been misled.
There is someone here who is using this as an edge for their influence.
The
Who knows?
edge for
They may be
influence.
observing us right now.
Well,
Maybe.
if the source of this vile act is watching us, hereby I curse that thing, your evil.
Hold on, Icarus. This is not our ground. Hold your curses.
And well,
Let us first get to see the truth behind this.
I actually want to walk through the temple with the torch to light those surfaces I cannot see normally. I don't know.
Make a
Maybe.
sacrifice like that.
And also, as I said, I want to make some proper burial or something for the baby, you know, just more dignity, you know, doing something more dignity.
Labiana would certainly help with that.
Yeah, so the Obna. Also, regards to the priesthood of Hera, do you know what's the normal composition of it?
Standard priesthood. Could be men or women. Hera likes eunuchs.
Okay, and there are no priests in the Night Temple, so likely you'll need. Yeah. Do you have any? I forgot. Did you brought any bull with us?
No.
Oh.
All right. So Icarus, the fire you lit for the torch is still burning, and you realize the best way to do this would be to cremate the body.
So, what is cremating?
Set it on fire.
Burning it.
Okay, I will do that.
So the three of you who have said you're going to do this, take the body, you gather around it, and you lower it into the flames.
Obna lays some coins in there.
And as you stand there and the smell of burning flesh begins to permeate the air, and the small, lifeless body is consumed back to the elements of Hephaestus, you each receive a chance to reflect on the waste of life and the potential that you see before you, and the fact that such a young, innocent baby has had to suffer. Everybody make a conscience roll at difficulty 6, please. The three of you.
Stone Cold Albina.
Yeah. Labiana, conscience roll?
Yeah. Maybe she's not hearing. Oh, okay.
Icarus and Labiana, you feel a surge of emotion at the pointlessness of this waste of this small child who will never get a chance to run and play and grow up and be a man and make an impact on the world. The two of you gain an experience point towards humanity.
How regards the whole thing with an air of coldness?
Alright, so as you are having the funeral, Nicodemus is searching the temple. The temple does not appear to be abandoned. It's very well kept. But nobody is permanently living here. There's no living spaces here. This is solely a place of worship. And the people taking care of it are doing a very good job. And you have probably saved them from a very nasty surprise when they come in the morning.
Oh god, I just imagine. Okay, time to get to work. Oh my god, there's a dead baby.
Well, not anymore.
Well, if I see that woman again, we will have to chat a little while.
Indeed.
She mentioned a festival of Demetrius. Perhaps we should see if there is a temple to him.
Well, she did also say she heard a voice in her head. Could it be that she was being dominated?
I have no doubt about that.
Or perhaps whispered to from places beyond.
This is not the work of Hera. And
I have a sense about what might be going on here.
Ihama steps up. I can see that you're all upset. But perhaps we have a significant amount of time to exact vengeance upon whoever did this, and very little time to proceed with our mission from the Eternal Senate. I urge you most strongly to consider which is of higher priority.
I'd hate that you're correct in the matter.
Yes.
There's part of me that wants to investigate the matter and bring whoever who has been corrupting this to answers. For this kind of atrocities has no place in this world.
Hold on,
However, it seems that we're little of time and little of clue.
I cannot help but look at this and find there are similarities between this and the situation at Apollonia.
this is
Perhaps-
true.
Perhaps the hands of the Bala and other allies of Carthage are behind this. The hands of the Bala of allies of Carthage.
I need to make a willpower roll.
Uh-oh.
What would you say the difficulty is to resist my curiosity flaw here?
I believe they actually say what that is. Let me check that real quick. It's either 6 or 8.
It can vary depending on the severity of what's going on.
Oh, that's going to be 8 then.
Oh, damn it, I'm pretty sure I've seen that before.
We can spend no more than a night here. As much as it pains me to say so. If we can find nothing by the end of this night, we shall move on.
A night doesn't seem too long. I support this. For there may be more sacrifices like this.
Yes. We should check the castle. See if perhaps whoever is the authority of the city is aware of these events and how
Ooh.
long they have been going on.
Demeter is Hera's sister. Not sure if that's relevant.
Hatshepsut is going to start trying to turn over parts of the bits and pieces of the altar, try and see if there's anything hidden.
Okay.
Uh-oh.
Do you want high or low, Hatshepsut?
Hi.
Okay. You grab the altar and you start trying to turn it over, and it's marble. And you just put all your weight into it, and this altar starts to tip and fall over. Kaboom! And some of the marble slices up your hand.
Oof.
And you observe the blood instantly get sucked into the marble.
Oh.
That's
Um.
abnormal, right?
That is not normal at all.
No.
Should I mark a health level for that, by the way?
No, but you do lose a blood point.
Well,
But
can any
Dude.
of you
I
mystical
will.
folk
I
figure
will.
out
I
where is
will.
this blood going to?
I
Okay,
want
first
to.
off, only Hatshepsut saw that because only she's close
Oh,
enough
I
to
was-
see it.
Sorry.
I was going to say, did any of the
Let's
rest of
pause
us
that for a
hear?
second there.
Okay.
But you all heard that altar fall and break, and the oh shit that hurt. Oh crap. Go from there.
Well, Labiana will go to investigate.
I
What's
approach to
going on,
the.
Hut? Are you okay?
Yeah.
Something is wrong with this altar.
What do you
Doesn't seem
mean?
like there's any change in the temple, in the ambience of the temple itself when the altar breaks.
That's going to
Do the
be a
shadows-
perception plus awareness roll,
I was going to say, do
Yeah.
the shadows change?
and that's for everybody.
Perception plus awareness, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Auspex.
No.
Difficulty 6.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think I've gotten 3 successes each time I rolled a perception awareness roll this session.
Good
If
for
only
us.
if only I had a special.
Ooh,
And
Icarus is
also,
Starlight.
yeah. I also after what if Head explains the blood sucking altar thing, I want to use the light of fire of the torch and try to touch the
Yeah.
fire to the altar.
Okay.
I
So
don't see.
Hatshepsut and Icarus both notice it gets oppressive. But if you were a god and you lived in your temple and somebody just vandalized it, you might be a little upset too.
Shit. But that's not Hera, right?
Well, it's a temple to Hera.
Mm.
Um,
She doesn't sacrifice.
Somehow, however,
Albina
I
notices absolutely nothing. This, as far as she's concerned, that there is no supernatural presence at all in this temple.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry. So we, I mean, Head and I felt a supernatural
Yeah. Hold
emotion
on.
here.
I'm getting there. Yep.
Oh.
So you take the torch and you're like, you step up and you put the torch on the fragments of the altar, and you happen to place it on one of the fragments that has blood on it, and you can smell the blood drying out and kind of cooking off real quick. But nothing else happens.
I see. Okay. And the roll we made, awareness roll we made, it made us feel some sort of emotion, you said,
It
right?
made you feel that there is a presence here.
Oh, there is a presence here. Okay. The best case scenario, if it's a vampire, I want to take a walk inside the temple with torch, hoping that maybe the fire can do something, you know.
Okay.
I
So
don't
you
know.
start walking through the temple. You've got the torch at the ready, and you go around one and you like wave it around as you go around the corner. Ah! Oh, there's no vampire here. Okay. And you run up to the next column, you put your back to it, and you whip it around it real quick. Ah! No vampire here. Shit. Okay, I'm gonna run to the next one. And you make your way all the way around the temple doing this.
Okay.
Hatshepsut.
Just out of character. What is everyone's highest level of Auspex?
Well,
I have
want
0.
Yeah, that's a big fat 0 for Ihamus.
Hmm.
Only one here.
I guess I was just. Yeah.
In game, what is the time?
In game, approximately 2 a.m.
Approximately how many hours before dawn?
I want to wait. I it's probably not going to work, but I want to try my chances. I want to make a prayer to Hera to show any presence inside the temple, for the sake of as a I don't know as a punishment
Okay.
for those happened to the baby, for whom that did this thing to the baby. I don't know, something like that. You know, just a prayer. You know, just help us. You know, it's
Alright.
that kind of.
So, Icarus, you offer a prayer after you finish sweeping the temple, of course. And what was the other question? Was it
Me?
My other
Hatchetship asked the question, was it?
Oh, how many hours till dawn?
Nicodemus personally knows about 3.5 to 4.
Okay.
Yeah, you would probably estimate maybe 2.5 to 3. Nicodemus could tell you exactly it's about 3 3/4.
But Shepsut is going to try and examine the marble closer. Specifically the bits that absorbed the blood.
You get down and you examine it very closely. Are you being careful?
Yes.
Okay. You're being very ginger, and the marble appears to be snow white, perfect, unblemished. No sign of the fact that you spilled a whole bunch of blood out of your hand and wrist on it.
This is not right.
Would I know anything that could cause that?
That's going to be an intelligence plus occult roll.
Can I make that roll as well?
No, this is going to be. This is for obtenebration knowledge.
Okay.
I was gonna say, cause
Well, it's not a
Anything
boss.
ballet,
no.
anything ballet related that springs to mind in
Wait.
this sort of sacrifices?
See,
If it's not a bot, he can reroll.
would I only bring this up because it was just a passing thought, but I don't know if see the unseen could work in this instance. I don't know if it works against obtenebration.
Well, it's not obtenebration. It was to answer, could this be obtenebration?
Oh.
But yes, see the unseen. What's that?
That's where you use all specs to try and counteract any discipline which tries to hide someone or create the illusion that someone's hidden.
Yes, that'd be level 2, right? So
I
you
think
guys have
it's
level
just a-
3, because that would be really useful right about now.
I believe it's just a passive Auspex thing. It's,
Yeah.
meant
Yeah,
to be for against Obfuscate and Chimastery.
yeah. Well, that's why I asked
Yeah.
what levels of all specs
Yeah.
everyone had. I've only got 2. So.
You can definitely roll it at the... Make your... You can
Let me see
definitely
what
make
the
your
roll is.
Auspex roll perception plus empathy.
Perception plus empathy.
This is kind of a passive thing as you relax and just gaze quietly across the temple.
What's the difficulty?
8.
8.
As you look across the temple, you think for just an instant, not even a full second, but just an instant, there might have been a gleam in the statue of Hera's eyes.
Did my prayer did anything?
No, sir, it did not.
Okay. Oh, you say
Sorry, you do not have true faith.
Yeah, maybe. You said in the eyes something happened
Well,
on the eyes of the statue.
Only to Labiena.
That's for Labiena.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Can I roll my intelligence in Dakota difficult 7?
Yes, you can.
On this account, Hatshepsut, do you see any spirits around or somewhere near the temple? Perhaps they could give us a clue.
No. I suppose she quietly kind of just nudges the others. Hey, I thought I saw something in the statue.
Really
Just a
though.
glimpse, but
Third eye doesn't help, right? If I open the third eye, it's not going to do anything.
Nope,
Like if I
does
trade.
not help.
Let me see. Hatshepsut is going to deliberately prick her thumb this time, let out a little blood, and put it to the statue.
Okay. Make a stamina roll. Stamina plus fortitude.
Oh god.
You prick your
What the-
thumb and you place it on the statue, and you feel it start to suck the blood out of you, and you rip your thumb away like, oh crap!
wow. What could do that?
Something is wrong with this statue.
Hmm.
That
No
goes
shit,
without
Sherlock.
saying.
Can't
Yeah,
you?
that goes without saying.
I'm going
Is
to
there
use my.
any sort?
Should we just get out of here?
Is there any sort of purification ritual that can be performed upon this site? Because it clearly seems to be corrupted.
I'm going to use my observation to make shadow tentacles and have them wrap around the statue and try to tear it.
As Nicodemus is contemplating this, Albina is going to go ahead and make the obtenebration roll.
Yeah. Also, I am also curious about. Did my star anyhow talks about purification of demonic things too? In my training time, like if there's something very wild, very wicked, you can try to do this kind of rituals. Then
There
maybe
are-
expect.
There are
Results.
healer and warrior rituals to purify areas.
Okay.
Let me check
Is
to
it-
see if there are watcher things that you may have heard of, or that Nicodemus personally may have heard of.
Okay. Can
I don't
I
think so.
use any of them?
No,
Can
you
I-
cannot.
Okay.
You don't have the level required.
I was
Wait,
more
is there-
hoping that Albina's faith in Juno would help here, but
Yeah.
tentacles it is.
I
So
don't
as
know
you
if
guys
there's
are
any other way
discussing this,
to identify what's going on here.
Also, Albina, did you say it's the eye thing on the statue? Like, did you share this with us? You know, oh,
Eyes.
Um,
Yeah.
It's some flicker
did.
of something.
I think so, since Albina is tearing the statue apart right now.
so for the record, all three disciplines of Valerian have a purification power,
Yeah.
Which level is that?
but
Valerian.
they're all great. They're all elder level powers.
Oh shit. Well, is it on the core book?
Yes, it's in the book.
Oh. Yeah.
All right. So Albina, as you guys are discussing this, what do we do? Albina says, "I got this." And shadow tentacles. The shadows condense, and you actually physically all see the shadows moving, and suddenly shadow arms pop out around the statue and wrap around it. And the shadows wait like they're waiting on a command from their mistress.
Potential.
Dunno.
They're
Come
waiting
on.
on Albina to tell them what to do.
Mhm.
Rip and tear.
Squeeze.
Yeah.
Slap.
Statue.
She's going to tell them to bring it down.
Gently squeeze.
Nicodemus steps back, ready to react to danger.
Yeah, I will probably also equip my weapons just in case.
Laviana does too.
They begin to tilt and twist and rock, trying to get the statue to move. It's big, it's heavy, but you can hear the little impacts as they're getting the statue to rock and move. And then the statue comes and tilts, and you see it just past the center of gravity, and it just smashes against the ground. Boom! Bits and pieces of it fly everywhere, and it's a huge, loud racket. How many of you had Auspex activated?
Probably all of us.
Not me anymore.
Well, I'm not gonna. Well,
I don't think I used it.
I'm gonna freely admit that
For a
I forgot
while.
about switching it off, so I probably get wrecked.
Yes, you are deafened.
Honestly, I actually don't know.
If you
To
had it
be
on,
honest.
if you were using it, heightened senses, you are deafened.
Because I think at the last roll we didn't use it, did we?
Well, a couple of you guys said you were activating it and straining. I don't remember who all said yes and who said no, so I'm going on. You guys are good players. If you had it on, you're deafened for the next hour. So if you had it on, the statue hits, boom! The an arm goes flying, and some of her hair goes chipped and gets,
Okay, I had
goes
one of
places.
them.
A huge cloud of dust comes rolling out. It is incredibly loud. You see Nicodemus grabs his ears. Oh!
Unity.
And in the immediate aftermath of, as the dust begins to settle in the following seconds, what do you do?
Look.
Ugh.
See.
Going out, too much noise.
Abner heads to the middle of the
Gonna
shattered
grab some
remains.
fresh air.
Abner heads to the middle of the shattered remains and starts looking around, searching for anything
Okay.
that might have been hidden within. Try to examine it, anything occult, anything supernatural about the remains.
Okay. Would you like high or low, Albina?
Hi.
Do you want something bad to happen or not? Well, do you want something supernatural to happen or not?
I'm going to say
Remember the first question.
Okay. So if it's high,
Hmm.
something supernatural happens. Okay. Albina, as you are sifting through the rubble, you cut your hand on a sharp piece of marble. Make a stamina roll, please. Okay? You feel something in this marble attempts to suck the blood, like physically pull the blood out of your body, and you yank your hand away. You do lose 1 blood point. But you yank your hand off, and you're like, son of a bitch!
She hisses at the marble, buries her fang at it, and then she throws the marble. It's still bad. We need to get rid.
Hmm. Wait, what is it? That's the question.
Can I go out? Everything is alright outside the temple?
That's a good question, Icarus. As you go look, people are gathering, just a couple of them at the moment, are gathering in the square like, what happened? And they're on their way to the temple.
We may need to leave soon.
Oh, Nicodemus hides himself as soon as he's out. He probably notices this first as he vacated the premises as soon as his head exploded from all the noise. And the fact that he cannot hear those people doesn't help.
Yeah, Ihamus has already vacated the area and has moved the carts, Icarus, as you see. The carts are not in front of the temple anymore.
Yep, we need to get going now.
Ihamus
Let me-
drops his obfuscate, reappears in front of you. Like, are we gonna leave?
What?
Has the entire blood-sucking marble has been taken down, or is there still other pieces around?
It's in pieces. There's just
So
scattered.
they will have
Would
to
you-
rebuild it, right? They are not going to be able to reuse the place. They're gonna have to rebuild it.
Oh,
Right.
yes, this is not repairable.
Okay. So hopefully, when they rebuild it, it's going to go away. That one, I believe, is the best that can be done.
Probably not.
Let's get out of here.
Albina, why won't you make a prayer to Juno to inform her of your good intentions? It's the ringing.
Icarus grabs Ihamus grabs Nicodemus, and he puts his fingers to his mouth in the shush gesture. Activates level 1 obfuscate, and begins to book it out of there, guiding Nicodemus.
Are there any supports inside the supports on the temple?
Level 1 or level 2?
Oh. Not resisting.
Hat is going to follow her clansmates, and Nicodemus.
Okay. What was the question,
Navian is
Almina?
going to follow.
Any supports inside the temple? Anything is keeping it standing up?
The standard. These are actually Corinthian columns.
Okay, so yeah, she's going to wait until all of her coterie is outside, and then she's going to go into shadow form, and she's going to make tentacles around the supports, go into shadow form, and try to collapse it.
Okay, I'm gonna have to look up the strength chart on this.
I need to check on something. I'll be right back.
Okay.
Page 333. Strength. Movement, climbing, driving, carrying capacity. Where's feat of strength? Here we go. Alright. You are going to need a total strength plus potence of 13. Actually, more than that. These things are at least 5,000 pounds, so 30.
Okay.
You're going to have to summon a lot of tentacles, is what I'm getting at.
Yeah, just my tentacles have 8 strength, so... okay, I'm going to start doing the summoning.
Alright.
Hello? Do you
Go
guys
ahead.
hear me?
Yeah, yep.
Yeah.
Alright, so
Okay.
go ahead and summon. Alright. One tentacle appears. Two more appear.
Wait, is she spending blood for each?
Yes, she is.
Uh,
Well, each roll requires a blood.
So that is 5 plus 8, so I believe
Okay.
that should be enough.
So now they get a roll strength. Just roll 8 dice of strength, and we're going to multiply the success times 5.
well, if there's a K-Nut taking this place as domain, we are just fucking it right now. Well, Alvin is fucking it right now.
Alright. The tentacles wrap around it, and you can tell they're straining, and nothing happens.
And they continue doing so as she goes into shadow form.
Yeah, but they are from her personally, so
Oh, okay, so yeah.
yeah, in shadow
So
form,
she
they
just
have to go from her.
Cannot tend to summon them before she goes into shadow form.
You can definitely do that. So you're kind of hiding in the darkness, summoning these tentacles.
Yeah.
And as you 10 seconds go by, 15, 20, and you're like concentrating, people are starting to trickle in, one or two at a time, in their night clothes. Like, what happened? And then they see this. Oh my God, a statue of Hera! Oh no! And they start running to the statue, and like picking up little pieces, falling to their knees. What happened? Was it a? Did the earth shake? I didn't feel it. What happened? Oh, this is a terrible disaster. As you are sitting there summoning more tentacles.
Yeah.
All right. How many have you summoned so far?
I have a total of 5 tentacles. They have a total of 40 strength.
Okay. Well, yeah. So you're gonna roll 8 dice, and we're gonna multiply that by however many tentacles you have summoned to get the final result.
So that's 5 times 5.
All right. You could swear it almost rocked a column. There was like a little tiny tremor, like you're getting closer.
Okay. So roll again.
If you don't know it, you can increase the stats of tentacles by spending blood.
I do not want to spend blood right now. I already spent a lot doing this.
I'm back. What did I miss?
Alvina is just destroying a temple, possibly destroying a domain.
Yeah, the tentacles still can't get it to topple. They're really trying hard, but they're not quite getting there. And the people don't seem to notice this either. They are very much more concerned with the shattered remains of their goddess on the floor. And they haven't seen you yet either.
Yeah, we don't see it too, right? We are away from.
Everybody but Alban is gone.
Yeah.
We're all outside.
Well, okay. At least if they die, I'm not going to have to make a humanity roll.
All right, they're making a roll. No, they still don't seem to see you.
I am in shadow form, right?
If you don't want to summon anymore, then you can be in shadow form.
So yeah, I'm okay with the tentacles that I arrive right now. I'm going to shadow form and have the tentacles continue doing their stuff.
Okay. They will do that until you are no longer in the area. And then they will dissipate.
Should be staying around the shadow form on the area until they manage to do so.
Okay.
They 5 successes in the last row, so.
Well, it needs to be all at once. So.
Okay. So how much successes do they need?
They need 30 successes. It's going to take you 26 rounds to do this.
Okay.
26 rounds. I need each round is like what, 4 seconds?
It's non-combat.
Each round 1 minute, half an
We'll
hour.
give it like half an hour.
Okay.
This is like.
And I'm going to give them a chance to see this at difficulty 10. Nope, they don't see it. You are in shadow form, sitting there looking or lurking around for the next half hour as more and more people show up and crying and wailing over the statue of their goddess, picking up little chunks. And there's going to be at least 5, and we'll see how many people. All right, 17 people are in the temple. And all of a sudden, this whole column twists right off its base. The base snaps off, the column twists, and kaboom! Falls straight into the crowd of people. Let's see how many people it hits.
Oh boy.
Well, I'm really thinking if
All right.
if this is intentionally happening right now, this mass murder.
3. It crushes 3 people underneath it immediately. Blood splatters out both ends. Just wow! And everyone screams, ah! And people start scattering, and the roof is tougher than that. It's not caving in yet. But this is definitely a huge problem. It's going to take them a long time to fix.
God damn it, Vorpal!
Right?
She's going. She's going to continue doing so. Continue trying to collapse.
Okay. 18 rounds later, another one collapses.
I assume the rest of us is well cleared away from this place of carnage.
Another
I think
10 people get smashed and rolled underneath this other column.
Move away.
This time the building might collapse.
Wait, people are getting hurt, right?
Yeah, I'll get to that in a second. The building, the top roof kind of creaks and groans, cracks a little bit, but it stays. It stays. And now everyone has vacated the temple because now they realize it's too dangerous.
They probably think it's the wrath of the gods or something.
Yeah.
How late is it?
Yeah,
Actually, that might cause them to leave the city altogether.
You have about,
Fucking...
you don't know this exactly, but you've been doing this for about an hour.
Okay, last time we checked was 2 hours, right?
Right, so maybe about 2 hours to dawn.
Okay, so yeah, she's going to try one more.
Okay.
And hopefully you can find us too.
Your tentacles aren't actually going to reach the third column.
Oh,
You have to resummon them.
Would I be able to just extend the reach by spending my blood?
Yeah, it's per tentacle, right?
Yes, one per tentacle to
Alright.
extend the reach by, I believe, 1 meter?
Yeah.
Let me see.
Spend 5 blood points and you can extend them all.
So yeah, I'm going to do that.
Alright. Another 25 minutes later, the third column in a row snaps off, rolls, boom! And the roof of this thing just caves in. Smash! Huge dust cloud. You guys all hear this. There's no way you don't hear it. And maybe even feel it as the ground kind of shakes a little bit. Goes huge dust cloud, goes rolling down the streets.
Fuck was that?
Albina, that's going to be a conscience roll at difficulty 9.
oh boy.
Actually, what's your humanity level?
My humanity level is 4.
Oh shit!
Yeah, so it is going to be 9. Alright, lose a humanity point and a conscience point.
Wow.
3 humanity. You are following the steps of Valerius.
That was a level 1 sin. An incredibly heinous act.
Well, Albina, you are
Then she's
intentionally
going-
making yourself more and more monster.
Then she's going to head after the group, try to find the group while in Shadow 4.
Okay. You find the players, the rest of the people, just a few blocks away in the safety of a hidden little alley. We were all kind of waiting on you.
Are you coming in shadow form or like normal Albina?
She's coming in Shadow form and turning normal when she reaches you.
Can we see the difference in her?
Where have you been? And what is that
Yeah.
sound?
There's definitely a
happened?
look on her. There's a feel about her that's much more bestial than it was. I don't
happened
usually
then?
do the aura modifier thing, but you can definitely tell something is different.
I presume then that the temple is no more.
She nods.
Did things happen to those people who were coming towards the temple while we left?
She nods.
What happened to them?
A few got crushed by the falling debris.
Sometimes
And wait, silence now. Did you do it while they were inside, intentionally?
Intentionally, no. While they're inside, yeah.
And you did this thing to the temple. Did you crush the temple down?
She nods.
So it's intentional then.
not intentional. Did not desire for them to die, but it was something I was willing to accept.
So wait, did I get it? Did I understand this right? People went inside the temple. You see that, and you crushed the temple, knowing that it can end with hurting them.
Sometimes an evil must be committed to
Silence now.
I can hear the tensions rising, but I can't hear the shit you're talking about. Can someone fill me in?
That's intentional. That's the consequence of intentional act.
Then I guess it was.
Wait, aren't you capable of comprehending such scenario? Or are you just not caring? Or is there some way of understanding here? Am I missing something? People went inside, you know that, and yet you made the temple crush. And when people are under a building and when you crush the building, they might die. It's a huge chance they might die. And if you do it intentionally, then you kill them intentionally. First baby, and now mass murder. And I will make friends roll right now because Icarus is pissed. So I'm making a self-control. What is the difficulty for this?
It's gonna be 5.
Okay. Oh, I failed.
Okay.
So I'm going to attack. Am I going with the full force or what?
All right. Icarus, Nicodemus, you have your voice back. Or your hearing
Voice
back,
or
sorry.
hearing?
Your hearing's back.
But just
Right.
just the little information. When he uses peaceful touch, it's about me not attacking him, not me attacking anybody, not attacking anybody. So just let's keep it in mind.
Peaceful touch applies for... Yeah. So, Icarus has worked himself up. And kind of gives Albina a couple of shoves. Like, you know, you fool, what are you doing? I can't believe you would do that. You killed those people. And suddenly the light of reason leaves his eyes and his shoulders hunch and his arms draw back and you realize he just lost it. He just snapped.
Make sure he doesn't get the. Make sure he
Initiative
doesn't.
rolls, everybody.
What rolls?
Initiative, please.
Oh god. Great.
Oh dear. Well, peaceful touch wouldn't apply because up to this point Nicodemus was still deafened and clueless and sidetracked.
So as I said, peaceful touch it does only work about not attacking.
Okay.
No, it would work on you as it rolls the frenzy rolls, but it doesn't apply because Nicodemus was too distracted to apply it. Is it Dex plus Wits? I keep
Dex plus
forgetting.
Wits plus a D10.
Yep.
Icarus, are you wearing your armor?
Yeah, I have everything on me.
Please apply your Dex penalty then.
Oh yes, it's -1 then. Initiative -1, so it's 11. That's 3
Okay.
-3 for Labiana because
So
I believe. I don't know. There's
What?
you had
Just-
8 plus 3 plus 3 for some reason.
Yeah.
Oh, Dex plus
Which
Wits.
is
So Labiana's first, Albina's second. Icarus is third. Albina, he's about to snap. You realize that he is not controllable at this point. Let me swap everyone to battle screen, and I'll set the scene up here. So give me a half second, guys.
Into kind of battle.
Really?
Absolutely.
So, am I hostile to Nicodemus?
Where are you going about it?
Wait. Am I hostile to Nicodemus?
You're hostile to Albina. Why?
No, not to get you. I'm trying to understand if peaceful touch going to work or not if you use it
No.
on me.
Okay. So, no, it's not going to work, except that it would give me additional. It would be harder for you to hit me, but since you're attacking Albina, it's a no-go. The reason for peaceful touch was that Nicodemus was going to use it upon noticing that Icarus is going batshit, but he couldn't do it because he was deafened. But now that he's in a frenzy, it doesn't really help at all, because not doing frenzy checks anymore because you're already in it.
Yeah. Also, even if I'm in friends, am I going to use the burning sword?
No, you are
Probably,
not.
yeah.
You will not use the
No?
sword. It is in its
Okay.
sheath.
Protean?
I don't
He's only
have
got level 1
protean.
protean, so no.
No, I don't
Oh,
even
I thought
have
you had
protean.
two. Okay.
No, I don't have. I'm just very near to buy the first dot.
Okay, I'm gonna run you guys over to the battle screen here. So what you guys see, I gotta put Ihamus on this, is on the south end of this is obviously the main street. Here's the alley we've ducked into. These black blobs are the donkeys and the carts. And I'm getting Ihamus placed. He is sitting on top of the lead cart. So go ahead and place your characters where they would be.
See if I can do this again.
So you grab your name and you drag it to where you want it. Now, Icarus, you're going to be towards the street opening. So you're going to
towards the street opening.
Drag your character down. There you go.
There we go. Finally got it to work this time.
I think you guys to switch place between Albina and Icarus since she just arrived, so she'll be closer to the street.
Alright, so, Albina, what was your action?
Sorry, what?
So what was your action, Albina?
Isn't it?
I'm going to say that she's just going to... Would she be able to just try to get away from Icarus, try to get some distance?
Yeah, what you can do is you can make a dexterity plus athletics roll, and you can leap up on the cart and try to get out of his reach.
Okay, so yeah, I'm going to do that. And I'm going to use our willpower point.
Okay, yep, that is acceptable. So the difficulty here is 6 for you. You see him about to snarl and charge, and you attempt to... Well, good thing you use that willpower. So you leap up onto the cart. You don't quite make it where you wanted to. But you're out of an easy reach. He's going to have to... It's going to take him some effort to get you. So you are now on top of the cart.
Should I move my token? Okay, done.
Alright. Next up, I might as well add a turn order here. Let's see. Turn. Where's add turn here? Come on. There it is at the very top. Add turn. Add turn. I hate the formatting on this that I can't. It always gives me issues.
12
There
minus
it
1.
goes. Add turn. Add turn. Yeah, you guys can put your numbers in, right?
Plunk.
So it's Labiana now, right?
Labiana's at
Because she has
14.
14.
I got that for you. Nicodemus,
Okay.
you're at 8.
Okay.
And Ihamus
That's-
is at 8. Alright. Sort by descending. Albana, you have gone. Labiana, you're up.
Oof. Okay. Yes, but
Gonna be hard for
was
you to
just
do
gonna say-
anything, to be honest.
I was going to say, because I was just saying before, it's a shame that I don't think Elder Mortis would work on him in an instance like this.
Yeah.
Because sadly, I believe it does not do anything against anyone else's frenzy. The only thing she could probably think of is casting on herself, and just in case she ends up taking any inadvertent damage.
Yep, you can do
As a
that.
defense,
Yep, you can
as a
absolutely
defense
do it.
mechanism. Yeah. So, was there a roll I had to make? Can't remember. No, just a willpower point. Alright, so Ben said willpower point. And I was also going to say I can probably try getting out of the way as well, like backing
Yeah.
up.
Yep, you can do that. Alright. So, Frenzied Icarus. You frenzied at Albana, you are going to try to pull her off the cart. So make a dexterity plus brawl roll.
Yeah. I'm going to blood buff.
The beast will do that.
Yeah. So spending 6 blood, and
Two
I'm
in
going
each,
to
two
destroy
in each stat.
2 in each.
Yep.
Not 6 blood point then.
So 2 for strength, 2 for dex, and 2 for stamina.
Okay. Okay. 2, 2, 2, and which also makes my initiative
fixed
2
it.
higher.
I fixed it.
Okay.
Yep.
And make a dexterity plus.
Plus brawl.
Okay.
Diff 7.
-1.
Yeah, dex -1. Alright, you reach out, you step up, you step forward, and she leaps on the cart, but not quite enough, and you grab hold of her leg. So you have a grip on her legs. Or both of your hands are wrapped around one of her, like her ankle and her calf.
Okay.
Alright, that's your turn.
That was my turn.
Yep, that's your turn. Hatshepsut, you're up.
Okay, I'm gonna muscle. Oh god, this is risky, but I'm gonna try and muscle Nicodemus out of the way. Try and shout to Icarus to get his attention, then activate Serpentis Swarm.
Okay, so this can be. You can activate Serpentis 1. That's as reflects. No roll is required. You just activate it. So make a Dex Athletics roll or a Strength Athletics roll, whichever, to swap places with Nicodemus involuntarily.
I am going to spend 4 blood to buff my deck.
I do have a question out of character. When I'm in state of frenzy, mental disciplines on me is harder, right?
Yep.
If I remember, it's
Yep.
like that.
I got a plan.
Okay.
All right.
Like we know you do.
Whoa! Okay.
Well, what?
Icarus! Look at me!
Damn.
Icarus, stop!
Icarus, your gaze snaps towards Hatshepsut. Make a willpower roll. What is Hatshepsut's charisma plus subterfuge?
4, however, worth noting, I believe a willpower point does need to be spent to make the rolls.
He is in frenzy. I will negate that for this action.
Oh god, this isn't working as well as I thought. Oh god.
Okay, what do I do?
Roll your current points of willpower at difficulty 4.
Okay.
Passes.
Yep. Your gaze snaps to Hatshepsut and you basically blow it off.
What do you
Damn
mean
it.
by blow it off?
was hoping I'd
You
be
are
able
not affected by the Serpentis.
Damn it, I
Okay.
was hoping I'd be able to wear down the willpower.
All right. Nicodemus, you're up.
Shoot. Would Nicodemus know if Peacemaker will affect the beast? It doesn't seem so from the description. Because he's
Yeah.
not a thinking being.
Right. You are pretty sure it would not affect the beast.
At least not once it's already come out.
Correct. Once it's already come out, the beast is
Yeah, that's
unaffected.
what I thought it was.
But it would actually affect everybody else. So yeah, probably don't want to do that.
Oh, well, fuck, no other ideas. What are
the donkeys are a little scared.
the donkeys?
Yeah.
Oh, splendid. Is it possible to get in this here?
Yeah, you can make a Dex Athletics roll, and you can kind of like squeeze through the little bit of space.
From the lack of better ideas, Nicodemus is going to keep shouting. As he progresses, he's going to keep shouting to Icarus to come down. It's not the time for this. The wicked shall be punished, but for now, we have to concentrate on our duty to Rome. And he's going to try and help Albinus to get out of the Icarus's grasp.
You are going on the donkey?
Yeah, so he's kind of
No,
standing
just
on the
nearby.
harness and on the back of the donkey. You got to make a Dex Athletics roll to do that.
Yeah.
Sure.
Is the donkey being scared of the vampire presence on his back?
He's probably
little.
scared more of your beast.
Yeah.
Is it 6, Diff?
Yeah, it's gonna be 6.
Just dancing circles around it.
Yeah. So you easily do that.
Actually, to be
Ihamus
fair,
is not really able to do anything at this very second.
Or
However,
does he not want to?
he has.
is anything stopping these donkeys from bolting?
Yeah, that's basically what he's doing right now. But he's also doing something else, but it's not something that you are able to see at the moment. All right. Let me revise the turn order here and make sure we are in a proper order. All right. Albina, you're up.
Okay, Albina is going to go into shadow form.
Okay. You're gonna, I assume, do it instantaneously, right? Right. So that's
So-
3 blood and instantaneous instantaneous.
That puts him below my half blood pool level. Should I make a frenzy roll for?
Yes, please.
So I do have a
Self-control
question.
diff 4.
So I do have a question. You say beast can use mental discipline, some of them, right?
Some of them.
Yeah, so can beast also know that when Albina goes in
Well-
shadow form, it should be best to use the sword?
No.
Okay.
No. The beast is
But-
an animal.
Okay, but I can use a willpower point to take control for a time period, right? Because it's possible to do that, like spend for one turn, spend willpower point for 1 turn, you can take control and do as normally what you would do mentally.
I believe that is correct.
And if it's possible, I'm going to take out the unsheath the sword with the fire.
Page 339.
Yeah. The Icarus is not actually resisting much to the beast at the moment. He's more than welcome.
Take some automatic action based on instinct or urge. Yeah, da-da-da-da. All right, let me find Frenzy and see where it says that. I believe you're correct.
Yeah, I mean, I also remember this rule for all of the editions, even for the V5.
But
so.
that may be on only if you have instinct and not just conscience.
Yeah.
That's what I'm trying to make sure of.
Not self-control, you mean?
Yeah, yeah.
Well, there should be Frenzy and Rushwick.
There's like
That's
a
what I'm
whole.
looking.
There's like a whole 2 paths that combine conscience and instinct.
All right. So, Albina, you're going to have to keep rolling self-control at difficulty 4 until you've reached 5 total successes.
Okay.
Role-playing frenzy. Vampire and frenzy against all difficulties dominate or otherwise mentally control a frenzied character increased by 2. All difficulties to resist the effects of such mental control are reduced by 2.
I found it. If you look at the
What
role-playing frenzy, it's page 358. So 358. And it's in the it's the paragraph starting with some players. And then it says a player whose character is in the midst of frenzy may choose to spend the willpower point to control one action of his character for 1 turn.
I got it. You are correct. Spend a point of willpower. You regain a little bit of lucidity.
Yeah, so for that action, I want to take multiple actions, like unsheath an attack with the sword.
Okay.
Unsheath the sword. The
Dex
sword
melee.
with fire.
Unsheath the sword.
Dex melee, yes.
Yep.
Do I even really need to roll that?
This is make sure you roll it, because if you succeed at 3 successes, it will not cost you an action to do this.
Okay. Is it -2 plus?
Nope.
No.
It is -1 for your dex penalty.
Okay. And difficulty 6.
Alright.
But yeah, it does not count as special, of course.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay, so it is going to take you a full action to draw your blade. I did not apply the multiple action penalty to it. Whatever, it doesn't matter.
Okay.
That is your action until we get to the multiple action stage.
Okay.
There is now, Labietta and Hatshepsut, there is now a flaming blade between you and Icarus. So Labietta, you're up.
Okay. How close are we to those? Well, I actually don't know if any of those bodies in the temple would still be able to be risen.
We are several blocks away from the temple.
Yeah. Because my other thought was going to be using Seal of Abamixtra. Yeah.
You can do whatever you feel is appropriate
there
here.
Any other corpses nearby?
This is a no.
Yeah. Well, I don't think there's anything I can do.
Okay. Yeah, you can prep yourself with blood or anything like that you feel is required.
Well, I wish I didn't have to, but you know, what choice do I have as well? Let's just spend 6 blood, buff up all my physical stats.
Hey, can you spend 6 blood? I thought you were 7th generation.
Yeah, I think you can only spend 4 as a 7th.
4, okay.
Yeah.
Well, let's make it 3. No, make it 1 strength, 1 dex, 2 stamina. Let's be sensible here.
Generation 7 is 5 blood points, but
oh yeah, it's 5.
5.
You're right.
Okay.
Alright, so
That's
1 more to
smart.
strength then.
And we did Icarus's turn already. Hatshepsut, you're up.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Yeah, she's gonna
Thank
see
you
the
for pointing
sword.
that out, by the way.
She's gonna see the sword getting drawn. Yeah, no thanks.
Very intelligent move.
I was tempted to try and go for the disarm, but nah.
Ihamus did not want to do this. However, you have now forced his hand. He last turn spent a blood to activate Serpentis level 3. He's now activating Serpentis level 4.
Oh.
Battle form.
Oh baby.
Typhonic Avatar is the name of the power. He gains 2 dots to strength, dexterity, and stamina. In hybrid animal form, which he is in, so he gains in height. He looks like a tall jackal with a hard face, a forked and spiked tail, severe pointed ears, and a long snout. His tail it's a... Sorry, I've read that one wrong. He has taken a hybrid human serpent form with a long prehensile tail for legs. So he looks like a giant snake person.
Okay. And wait,
Leaps over. This is going to be a high difficulty.
So it's reflexive.
But it's going to be a dexterity plus brawl attack at a very high difficulty to attack you.
Okay. So it's a reflexive power.
He has activated it reflexively, yes.
Whoa, damn son.
Go, Ihamus, go!
So he is at dexterity 3 right now. So dex plus brawl, diff 8.
And there's a donkey which Nicodemus is standing on it, right, front of him. We have to consider the Nicodemus standing on donkey front of the Ihamus.
And he's spending a willpower for an auto success here. That's why it's difficulty 8. This attack is diff 8. This is not easy to get you.
He can go here.
But that's not leaping.
Oh.
And he spent a willpower though, so 1 success.
Oh shit, I think MP's internet might have cut out.
Oh, that sucks.
It does suck.
So what did
So
happen?
he
What
hits
did
you
happen
with
to-
his tail. His tail inflicts 5 dice of damage. So he has 5... Oh wait, did I roll that wrong? 2 dice dex plus 2, plus he put 2 more. I did roll that wrong. He should have had 4
What did-
bonus dice on that.
Yeah, are you going to reroll? It's going to
Yes,
be
I
cheating.
am.
You don't allow us. You don't allow us to.
Yes, I do, and I have done that several times.
Really? Okay.
Yes.
Then I then do it. Yeah. Spend it if you
I've done
say
it several times for you guys.
Okay, okay.
He's still
Nice.
spending the willpower in any case. So 3. All right. So 5 plus 2 extra successes. This is bashing damage.
Wait, wasn't it difficult 8? Oh, this
To hit
damage,
you,
right?
Yeah. No, you know what? He does only hit you with 1. So you were right. Thank you for pointing that out. I forgot to adjust the difficulty. Same roll. Doesn't matter. All right. So roll his current strength, which is 4, or it's 7 anyway total. Regular strength is 2, gains 5. So roll 7d10. Did you just roll or not roll? I probably hit the
don't
wrong
think
button.
you did.
What the heck? There it goes. 1, 2, 3, 4. Soak 4 bashing as this hybrid snake form smashes you. I mean, just straight up, BAM! Smashes the hell out of you.
Wow, that's
All right.
that's
So
incredible.
divide in 2, round down. You take 2 bashing.
Okay.
So Ihamus is where now? Should be like here.
Make
something.
a reflexive dexterity plus athletics roll.
Okay. Does my specialty footwork apply here?
Yes, it will.
Okay, dexterity, athletic. I have to find that athletics.
Yep. This is to avoid a knockdown. So going to the
So it's 7. It's 7 success.
Jesus Christ. Yeah. You he hits you and you go flying back into the street. And you pop up instantly in a perfect roll straight up to your feet.
Okay. So is it my turn now because I did multiple
It is
actions?
Nicodemus's turn.
What are these? Are these buildings?
Yeah,
Walls.
they're walls.
Does it seem like there's something?
Oh, there's
atop of
buildings. They're building
these
walls.
Does it seem like there's anything atop of these buildings that can be pushed or tossed down?
Tiles.
Tiles.
Yeah, clay tiles.
Okay, nothing to bury. Nothing to bury Icarus under. Okay.
No.
I mean, I'm on the middle of street right now, so
Right now.
right?
Uh,
Am I in the middle of street?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, I know that. The carts are still connected, still attached to donkeys. That's
Yes,
correct?
they are.
What's the maximum movement for Nicodemus? Can he get here?
If you make a dexterity plus athletics roll, yes, you can.
Really? Like,
Because it's going to be, if there was nothing impeding you, it'd be no problem. But you got to make it around stuff. Stuff being another cart and a giant snake-human hybrid.
Those are certainly things.
oh, I
can
do have my shield,
can
by
I
the way, right?
It's on your back.
It's on my back. Okay.
Can I at the same turn maintain go into obfuscate, or is it too rapid of a movement?
No, obfuscate's kind of reflexive.
Okay, then the plan is to go there, or actually there, under obfuscate, and see what's going on. And you said athletics.
Yeah, dex athletics, please.
Not so good.
All right, you make it off the cart, but that's it.
Well, that sucks.
So it's my turn, right?
It is your turn.
Okay, I will attack Albina.
No, it's my turn. I believe
I'm
it's
attacking
No, yeah, he's taking a multiple action.
Oh shit.
So
Can
let
he
me-
move? Can
Yeah.
Can you move?
Yeah, he
Yeah,
can.
I mean, I didn't move in my first action, so I have the charges.
So he runs up, and you're swinging at the darkness.
Yeah, with the fire. So let
I
me.
attack the
let me roll.
darkness.
So dexterity melee
Yep.
and -2 dice
Yep.
and
Diff
+1 or plus diff 8.
8. Diff 8.
And I can't blood buff, right?
No, that's you already had your chance to do that.
Yes. So 5 extra
Jesus
damage
Christ.
dice. So it's 5 extra damage dice, and let me roll for the. Let me roll, and 2 from the sword, right?
Yep. Now, I have to make a call here.
Yes.
And
also-
it absolutely inflicts aggravated damage. This damage is aggravated.
Yes, it's fire. It's coming from the fire. Because of the fire, I deal
So
aggravated
I have to
damage.
make a call here. Does the sword, because she has no physical body for the sword to hit, is she taking damage just from the fire?
Well, you roll for the sword. You roll for the damage, and it's aggravated because of the fire.
I understand that. But how much ag can she have, given that she has no physical body for the sword to actually impact?
Yeah, it's never explained, so it's left to you. But honestly, I think it
I'm
should
going to
be
say a
as the
maximum,
rule says.
because she has no physical body, she can suffer a maximum of 3.
And because of the smoke form, she takes extra damage.
She can take a max of
Because-
3 from the sword. Now let me check Obtenebration power and see if she takes any extra from
Okay,
that.
but here's the thing, Chris, by the way. I'm not arguing with that, okay? But here's the thing. When it's the only fire damaging, like a stake, it's the charge directly damaging as aggravated.
You take twice
So-
the ag damage. So,
Yeah. Like, if it's a stake
Alright,
that's on fire...
she can take
it's-
6. Go.
Okay,
She takes twice the ag damage.
okay.
Roll successes. She can take up to 6 on this. Motherfucker.
Thank God.
Shit!
Albina, do you have fortitude?
No, I do have one dot of armor. They have clothing, but I do not believe it applies to the shadow form.
No, it does not.
That
That-
puts you one
that's
above
6 ag.
incapacity. Just short of death.
So,
That's
she's
6 ag,
triplet.
and she gets to roll self-control.
Yeah,
Or no,
and
sorry,
by
she
the
gets
way...
to roll courage at difficulty 9.
Yeah. Also, it's triplet status, and she has -5.
Well, it doesn't apply to virtue rolls.
Yeah, I know.
And
But
she
it's
has
the
no
triplet.
stats to affect in this. But,
Yeah.
alright, Albina, you are severely hurt. You understand that.
Yeah.
One more blow like that, and you are in serious trouble. Were you attempting to do another How many multiple actions did you say you wanted to take, Icarus?
I said like I want to do multiple actions, so it should be 1, I believe, because I just said I want to make multiple actions.
Just double checking. All right.
Well, can he
Albina.
do more if he wanted to?
Well, that's why I wanted to clarify that
Do you
if
want
he had said
him
I was
do
going to
more,
take 2
Matt?
extra actions or 3 extra actions, wanted to clarify. He said 2.
Do you have to declare it beforehand, or can you go like, yeah, another one, until you block yourself out with absurd difficulty?
If I allow him to do another one here, we're doing a player-on-player kill.
I think this would be a good story moment to stop this fight. Like, I don't know, make another friends rule or something. Like Icarus making his point, and that's it. But also she's in shadow form, so I might not understand what's her state because she's shadow.
So Icarus, make a self-control roll at difficulty 8.
Okay.
This is going to be extended. You're going to need 5 total successes. So every round you're going to make this. Every round you hold off the beast. Nope, you slip back into frenzy. Unfortunately. Labiena, you're up.
What about my turn?
By the
Labiena's
way,
at the top.
yeah. By the
No,
way,
yes, but that is because I skipped because he had his multiple actions.
Oh, did not. Yes, okay.
By the way,
I apologize for that. Albina, you're up.
Okay, so I'm going to flee. The buildings on the sides, do they have windows on them?
You ignore gravity, so you can just float to the roof or whatever.
Yeah, so that would be the idea. Asking if they'll be able to go up to the roof, or they have to stop on one of the windows. How high up?
It doesn't matter. You can go as high as you want to go.
Yeah, I'm going to go to the up there.
All right, so Albina in shadow form, and this blob of shadow floats up onto the roof and starts as out of view.
This is the description of crippled.
How does it apply to the shadow form?
Shadow form has no.
It's still damage. I mean.
Okay, first off, shadow form has no stats, and second, she delayed her action from the round. She didn't take an action this round. She waited until after you were done, which might have just saved her life.
Okay.
Oh god.
Albina, you are fleeing. You are safe from the damage. Labiena, are you on?
No, she can't. Her data's basically ran out because Australia's a bit of a shithole
Yeah.
about.
That sucks.
Alright. She's out of combat. Give her an experience point for tonight.
Why? Wait, did something happen to?
She's out of data.
Oh, out of data? What do you mean by out of data?
Internet, super weird internet service. That sucks.
Oh, fuck, that's sad.
Yeah. Alright. Labian is out.
Yeah. Can I jump and attack? Because I mean, I can jump.
Icarus, you're back in frenzy.
Yeah, I'm back in frenzy, right? So I'm I'm jumping and attacking to the shadow.
No, you will have to climb the building.
Really?
After her.
Because I have strength 7 or something, so can't I just like jump and attack?
Make a strength plus athletics roll.
Okay. Difficulty?
6. And remember, after you do this, you have to do willpower.
Okay.
So
So to be clear, I'm jumping and attacking.
Yeah. Oh, you're not gonna be able to attack. But you are gonna try to jump up. So you leap up and you grab the ledge. Now roll your willpower.
Okay. Point?
Total.
Total.
Yep.
Okay. So permanent.
Yep, permanent. Difficulty's 8. All right, you leap up and you grab it, and remember you've got one hand has the blade in it.
Yes.
And you start to pull yourself up, and you're not quite all the way on the roof.
Okay.
But you have leaped from the street at least 2 stories high, and almost in one single jump made the roof.
Okay, but does my sword reach to the shadow?
No.
Okay.
No. She has had more time to flee than you've had to attack.
I understand.
Alright. Ihamus pumps. Let's see, he's at 4 decks right now. or there he's at 6 dex right now. I apologize. He pumps.
I have
6 more
5
blood
charges.
in stats. So 2 in each. That puts him at 8 dex. Alright, I'm going to bump his initiative up by 2 since he bumped 2 more in the dex. And he is making a dex brawl roll to smash that tail into you. Motherfucker. 1 success.
Is it? There's 3 poach. There's 3-1 here.
And I see an 8, a 10, a 10, and a 7.
Oh yeah. But does my shield on my back helps here
No.
because it's on my back?
No.
And okay.
Nope.
Okay.
Alright, he smashes you with that tail again. So that's 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 1, 2, 3, 4. Soak 2 bashing.
Okay. Let me just do that. So we are looking at 3, 4.
Alright, you soak it quite easily, but you start to slide off the roof a little bit, and you're still holding on to it with one hand.
Okay.
But it's just like just the grip of your just the grip
but-
of your palm holding onto the roof, and you're getting ready to start. You start doing a one-handed pull up, pulling you up over the crest again.
And I also have strong arm specialty, so
Yeah.
maybe
So it's
my
no,
grip
no
is
problem
stronger.
here. You did not get knocked off. We'll put it like that. Hatchipsit, you're up.
Somebody is eating chips.
Hatshepsut's gonna call out to Ihamus some advice. Absolutely do not let that sword hit you. Try to disarm him.
Hello?
Tactics.
Oh, you using the leadership thing? Nice. Yes, that's a good idea. Leave us a...
And we have to check those because I believe he can get bunch of extra dice, but I'm not sure too. Honestly.
So each success lowers the difficulty of one action that an ally takes by 1. But you can apply multiple successes to a single character, but they apply to subsequent actions rather than all applying at once.
Okay. Outstanding.
Auto success? Really? I don't remember auto success being a thing too.
No, not auto successes. Difficulty modifiers.
Alright, intelligence plus leadership. Sweet.
Okay.
Who are you helping out?
Purely Ihamus.
Okay.
For the next 6 actions he takes, he has -1 difficulty.
Alright.
Yeah. But just to be sure, I want to ask this. Considering my standing and where I face and where my sword is it going to be harder than normal? Also, the distance is a thing too, because I am like nearly on a roof. Is it going to be harder than the normal
No, because
action
he's doing
to
like
make
a
this?
like a smashing slap to like almost go up on his hands and hit you with it. Snakes do this.
Okay. Okay.
Alright. Nicodemus.
Can Nicodemus reach hers?
Yes, you can.
You said it was 2 stories. Have I heard that correctly?
Yeah, you can jump up and grab his legs. No problem.
Nicodemus wishes to reach him with peaceful touch.
I'm not attacking him. I'm focused
That's
on.
not an attack. That's just.
Yes, you
it's
can
about
touch him.
It's about their frenzy rolls. So that's athletics plus dexterity, right?
No, you don't even need to make a roll to touch him. You can just reach out and touch him. You're
Okay.
standing on. You're basically almost off the cart. You can just reach out and touch his leg.
So,
Okay.
So
is there,
go ahead and make the roll.
so is there
there's-
Nicodemus?
There's no roll. If you say Nicodemus touches him, then it works.
Okay, it works.
Just spending shit.
Yep, it works.
So wait, is there a Nicodemus between me and Ihamus now?
No.
No. Okay.
Or where sorta.
All right. Albina, you're up. Still fleeing.
Yeah, and she's going to go down to the other side of the building, going to the apartment.
Yeah. You can fit through any opening that's not actually airtight. So
Oh, yeah.
you basically disappear.
Okay.
You are essentially out of the combat. All right. Ihamus had increased his dex, so he's now on top of Icarus.
Yeah.
All right. He is going to attempt to smash you as hard as he can against the wall
Okay.
with that tail.
Okay. Cool. But he can hit because he's like on my feet or something.
So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 successes. Five, six, 7, 8, 9. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, minus 2. Soak 7 bashing, please.
7 bashing. Okay. So it's 4. So it gets half 2. So it's rounded down, right?
Yep.
So it should be 1. It's only 1.
So this smashes you, incredibly hard against the wall. You definitely fall this time.
Wait, no reflexive roll to fall?
Not this time. You fall and you smash and hit the ground.
Okay, it's my turn right now.
It is your turn.
Yeah,
You are on the ground.
Yeah, I'm going for multiple actions on Ihamus.
Beast does not do that.
Really?
Typically, no.
Okay, then I boost my stats, blood buff, and also Valerian 4.
Okay. The beast will
So-
do that.
Yeah, so spending 1 blood first, and the remaining 5 blood is also going. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So let me just spend 5 on my attributes.
What about
2,
the frenzy roll?
3 on dexterity, and rest on strength and stamina.
All right. And while you're at it, make a
And
frenzy roll. Self-control. Diff 7.
yeah. And let me
diff
go
5.
for stamina plus melee too. It's difficult 7 by the way, so it's 2. 1, 2, 3. Oh, but it's my ones too. Okay. So yeah, I have 2 bonus dice too. And let me attack on Ihamus.
You cannot attack.
Oh,
You were
wait.
laying on the ground, and your action was to activate.
Really? But when you're knocked down, it's reflexive roll to get up. It's
Yeah.
like that in the book.
Your action was also to activate level 4.
Oh, it's but you said Beast can't do multiple
You
actions.
cannot. Your action was to activate Armor of Cain's Fury.
Okay, but wait, I have new initiative now. It's +3. Whatever my initiative was is +3.
So you gain 1 additional die to resist rot check. Roll self-control. Difficulty 7, please.
Okay,
Peaceful-
and I get
Peaceful
1 more
touch
dice.
reduces the difficulty by 2.
Sorry, difficulty 6.
Difficulty 6. Okay.
Yes.
And I get one more dice, right?
Yes. All right. For the next
It's
3
3.
rounds, you maintain lucidity, but you're going to have to roll again. So
Okay,
you need
so I
5 total
can-
successes.
So I can stop attacking now?
Yes.
Okay, so I'm like first going on like Valerian third eye opens and such, and then I am like looking more like calmer.
So you're kind of laying on the ground, half
Yeah,
collapsed underneath this giant snake. Your third eye opens and blazes, and the red aura pops out. And as it does, that the beast clears from your eyes, and you kind of start to come to your senses. What's going on? What did I do?
Yeah. Like, what happened? Did I
You
again
went
kill
there,
humans?
Not humans. Nicodemus says as he darts out to the street and see who is here to witness this breaking of silence of the blood.
So, can we assume 3 turn ended actually?
Alright.
3 turns is like seconds we are talking
Or-
about it.
Yeah, that was like 3 to 4 turns. Ihamus immediately rolls back in and shrinks down to human size.
Okay, let me roll for self-control again. Does Peaceful Touch still intact?
Yes, it is.
Okay.
3 turns.
So
You need one more roll.
Okay.
Go ahead, roll it again.
Okay. I feel I look safe. I look safe. Let me roll again, please.
Botch, 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 botch.
Oh God. Okay, you successfully, completely suppress the beast.
Yeah. Well,
We're out of
you know
combat.
what? It will be shame to waste those stats at the moment. Can I go for a hunt?
That's the end of the scene. We are end of scene. All blood buffs are gone.
I love it. I love it.
But you know what? Like role play wise, I am like fighting and nearly killing a teammate, and I will go hunt, boys.
Yeah, Ihamus steps
I-
out, grabs you by the shoulder, turns you around, looks you dead straight in the eyes.
Whoa!
And
She can
he
abuse me
activates-
like that physically.
activates.
I want to know that.
Serpentis level 1.
Wait, I said I don't want him to show me. I just nobody can just physically come and do that to me.
Oh, another frenzy incoming.
No, I'm
No,
not
no,
going
no.
to friends. I'm just not going to allow him to turn me like that and hold me.
This isn't like a I'm gonna hurt you. It's like he grabs your shoulder armor and gives you a little tug, and when you turn to look at him, you immediately meet his enchanting gaze. You are almost supernaturally paralyzed. You gaze into his eyes, and it's like looking into the eyes of a cobra, a hypnotic snake. You can do nothing but look into his eyes, unless you spend a point of willpower and then roll your remaining willpower.
And then what?
You spend a point of willpower and then roll your remaining points.
Remaining willpower.
Yep. So I believe you have 4 dice left if you do this.
Yeah. No, I'm not going to spend willpower. So,
Alright.
but I actually wanted to hunt. But whatever.
So you become enchanted by his gaze. You can do nothing
Okay.
but look.
Okay.
And he starts pulling you gently back into the alley, step by step,
Okay.
very gently and slowly, backing
Okay.
you into the alley
Okay. How long does that last?
until he drops he drops his gaze.
So he's like looking at me and pulling me, right?
Yep, very gently,
I'll-
very slowly, backwards into the alley,
Okay.
and he makes a gesture, hoping Hatshepsut sees it, and points at the blade.
Uh-huh.
Take the blade. I presume Hat's gonna try and take the blade away.
Yep, he cannot resist.
Oh, I will need that blade later on.
So you take the blade from his gently holding it hand. And
Just
yeah.
put this stow this somewhere. I'll give it you back, don't worry.
And as he speaks a little bit, and it actually comes out as a little bit of a hiss almost. Nicodemus, Nicodemus, how do we calm him?
I've done all I could. I'm afraid. Our options are limited.
The
Wait,
beast.
wasn't I
However,
calm?
for the time being, I can keep reapplying whatever gifts I can bestow. But it's not really efficient.
The heat of the moment has passed. Hopefully this shan't happen until another incident comes along.
No, let us take him to a calmer place. Let us cool down for a moment and allow him to hunt afterwards. This should sate his initiative for the time being. As for the rest of our journey, I hate to admit this, but this has become a nuisance, and we have to come up with a sort of solution. So let us vacate this premise because it brings too much familiarity, and let's go to a quieter corner.
Yes, of course. And Icarus suddenly, this enchantingly gaze is gone, and Icarus is hopping up on the donkey carts, and he gives a little click, yeah, yeah, and the donkeys start going away as you're shaking off like, what the hell just happened?
It's all good now, Icarus. How do you feel?
How do I feel? Well, I mean, I feel better than being in frenzy. Now taking the control of my mind again. Other than that, nothing special. Do I remember attacking Albina?
Yes, you do.
Okay. Yeah. I do not see Albina. Did I killed her?
By the way, that's going to be a conscience roll from you.
Really? Because
Yes.
it was after learning she murdered me.
Doesn't matter. 2 wrongs do not make a right.
Yeah.
Okay. But, okay, what's the difficulty? My humanity is 4.
I am flipping to the humanity page right now. At a minimum, it's going to be either 8 or 9.
Minimum
Yes.
8 or 9.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Fat.
Humanity, Path of Yasha, blah, 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 Path of the Soul. Come on. Come on. Road of Sin. I don't want Road of Sin. Kings. Humanity. So this is going to be planned violation of another. So diff 7.
Okay.
And I
Planned.
say planned because you spent a point of willpower and still chose to attack her.
Yeah.
Yes, I did.
And you did not know I was going to limit the damage like that. You could have killed her.
Yep, I know.
If you hadn't done that, it might have been impassioned.
Okay,
No.
you succeed.
She was a wicked being. She deserved it.
Or alternatively, you're like, okay, she was bad news, but maybe I took that a bit too far.
So wait, back to my question. Did I kill Albina?
No, she managed. I believe she managed to float away.
We know not of her whereabouts, but it didn't like you've asked her.
Well, my intention was only harming, punishing, not killing. At least I did not kill her. But still, destroying human lives for merely for destroying a temple, it was not something I could.
This is not a discussion for this moment. We are in the heat of the moment. There's stir across there's stir across ourselves. There's no conscience and focused thought in our minds right now.
For
This
chaos.
this sort of judgment needs to come with a clear head. Do you understand? It's chaos that comes from emotion blurred mind.
Okay. A discussion of another night.
Indeed. Right now we have to ensure our progress is unimpeded and our own safety is considered.
Okay. Right about now, as we're heading out of town, ASAP, Albina comes floating back and manages to float onto a cart.
Seeing how I'm still low on blood, would I be able to, while they are doing this, just go around inside the apartments looking for anyone that looks to be weak, children, the elderly, the sick, the sleeping, and draining them?
Yeah.
Het, could you summon some birds or something?
All right, there's 6 people you can drain.
Do they look like they are able to attack?
3 of them look pretty weak, like a couple of old guys and a kid, and 3 of them look like able-bodied adults.
Okay, so yeah, she's going to go for the old guys in the.
Okay? The old man has 10 blood points in him. How many do you take?
She's going to take everything.
Okay? You drain him dry, you get 10. You have already lost a point of humanity this night. You're not going to lose another.
Yes. She's going to go for the other guy and take 7 for him.
So between the 2 kids, you can get 8.
Yeah, and then she's not going to, and then the third one she's not going to touch.
Right. So you leave the able-bodied adults alone. All right, so you drain 8 blood points, or 18 total blood points, sorry.
Unfortunately, go back to the group. Yeah. Healing aggravated damage, that's done through the night, right? So she's not able to start doing that now, right?
Right, you can start healing it, and aggravated damage.
Yeah, it's, you sleep one night, next night you can heal it after spending 3 blood, then you sleep one more night. Then you have to spend 3 blood point for it.
Aggravated damage. A single level of aggravated damage requires a full day's of rest and 5 blood points.
Oh, 5, okay.
You may spend those blood points over any number of days, but the wound will not heal until the 5th is spent.
If she has to spend the 5 blood points now, would she start the healing process?
Yes.
So yeah, she's going to spend the 5 blood points, and she's actually going to also drain the other person?
Okay.
Wait, didn't take say rest of a day when you read
Here's
it?
what it is she starts the healing process, but it's not complete until she has the full day of rest.
Hmm.
So she's incredible. She's in incredible pain. She's hurting badly.
Oh, wait,
She's
that's a smart
barely
move.
pulling herself through the apartment, looking for easy victims here.
Oh, that's a smart move.
She drains 18 blood points from the grandfather and the 2 kids, and she spends 5 to start healing 1 level. How many more?
How much more blood can I get from the kids?
None. You have drained them dry.
Oh, okay. So yeah, I'm going to spend 5 for healing 1 blood level. I'm going to spend another 5 to heal the second.
Okay. So when you
And
wake up
that's-
tomorrow, you will have healed 2 ag.
Yes.
All right. You rejoin us as we're on our way out. Icarus, have you healed your bashing damage?
Let me look my blood points. Well, I asked
I believe you had either 4 or 5.
I tried to summon the birds. They didn't listen. I think they're scared of you.
Okay. I have 3 bashing damage on my healed.
Okay, well, so that's still a dice penalty, unless you heal them.
Yeah, it's still a dice penalty. If I heal 2, I believe it will be not below half. Like, it will be half blood point, not below. So I will heal 2 more to nullify the dice penalty. And now I'm at half blood point.
Okay. All right, Icarus, start looking for shelter.
Okay, let me look for shelter. Am I taking help?
Not from Albina.
Others?
Who else helping? It's yeah.
Yep,
I will say that
helping.
Labiana helps you, so that's 1.
Nicodemus is as well. Unless the ringing's still there.
No, it's gone.
Okay, so it's 1 success. Should I roll with +1 difficulty?
No. The shelter you find is barely sufficient. You stop about halfway between Argos and the town of Mycenae. Everyone spend a blood point. Wake up the next day. 6, 4, 5. I gotta go through and count how many Ihamas spent.
Yeah, I need to. I asked he head again to some animals to feed.
I'll try.
Okay, that's 2 success. There
Go
should be
for
something.
rats. You only get rats.
Did you summon rats?
Yeah.
Okay,
Actually,
so
go to grab as much as I
yeah, I
Holy
feed
shit,
2.
Ihamas fucking
What?
lucked out.
What's the,
He
what's the,
he drags 2 people back with him.
from the city?
He drags 2 people back with him, and basically ignores Icarus. Drops 1 at Hatshepsut's feet, and 1 at Nicodemus's feet, and indicates to Albina that he found these farmers out and wandering and managed to bring them back here They are apparently unharmed. They're just unconscious.
So he ignores me, you said. It seems like there's nothing coming out from. I will go outside and hunt myself in the woods.
How, examining the one that he laid at my feet, how resilient do they look?
Look like a functioning adult. Somewhat hardy.
I go outside in the woods. I'm going to hunt in the woods. I believe we are not in a city, right? Near city, so.
That's correct.
Go.
Yeah.
Go
So,
ahead, Albina. No, sorry. Go.
Yeah. So what do I roll?
With
With survival.
Diff 8.
Okay.
I'm gonna take 3 and ask Nicodemus to make sure he remains stable.
I don't like this, but I understand the need. Can proceed.
Yeah. Oh, I also assume I got my sword back.
That's up to Hatshepsut.
If you're going out, yeah, you might need it for self-defense.
Albina is going to fiercely argue against that.
I don't care. I will take my sword.
Icarus,
I literally grab
Icarus,
it.
that's going to be self-control roll difficulty 4, please.
Really? Okay.
You're a below half because you had to spend a blood point.
Awesome.
Die?
Does Nicodemus see him getting agitated, or it just happens?
It just kind of happens when he walks out, like, oh god, I'm getting a little hungry.
Yeah. So I spent 1 blood point. Why did I spend 1 blood point?
To wake up.
To wake up, yes, you're correct. Let's see. 3 dice, right? Yeah, it's 3 dice. Okay. So I go hunt with survival, you said? Wait, I will roll again with +1 difficulty and spend willpower.
Okay.
And I do not wish to botch. Yeah, I have 1 success. So do I find a good animal, like a deer or something?
Yeah, you are stealthing up and you find a young deer, and you creep up on it, and you it gets just underneath you as you're super quiet and stealthy, and you leap up and you grab it and you sink your teeth in and you get 1 total blood point out of it.
Yeah, I'd probably go back after the hunt.
All right.
So I took my sword, right? Because it says that he goes out.
Sorry?
Yes, you have your blade. Okay. Everybody's back at the camp, having refreshed as much as they would wish to on those 2 bodies.
Bodies or unconscious people? Are they actually
unconscious, depending on how much blood you took.
I took 3 and asked Nicodemus to look over the one I make sure he remains stable.
Yeah, Nicodemus keeps. Yeah, and the other one, Nicodemus hints at Albina to feed, but don't exert her will too much upon him.
Does any animals get summoned?
I don't think Hatshepsut made any successes, but
I
Ihanus
made
is apparently a freaking stud at hunting in the wilderness.
I made an additional roll upon waking up. It got 2 successes.
So that's just a couple of animals, right?
Yeah, can I also feed on them, because like I asked him to summon animals before actually hunting myself. But then
Well,
he must came with the animal, with the humans, and then
as
things change.
Icarus and Ihamus come back to the shelter at about the same time as these animals are coming up. What kind of animals did you summon?
Let's go with deer.
All right. 4 deer show up as Ihamus shows up with another body across his shoulders. This man was obviously a hunter of some kind. He's got a shitty, cheap bow and some shitty, cheap-ass arrows and a little, like, animal skinning knife.
Can they be used as stake? The shaft.
And he takes the hunter and he dumps the hunter in the shelter and indicates to Albina and Nicodemus and Hatshepsut, because he wasn't there to see who fed and who didn't. I managed to find him out. He's all yours. And looks at Icarus. It would appear that the will of the gods dictates deer blood is enough for this one.
Sure, Snake.
Frenzy roll.
Yeah, you can babble, Snake. It's the only thing you can do, speak.
Albina looks over him.
Gotta keep quiet.
Ihamus just smiles and walks away because he knows he won that exchange.
Yeah, walk away, coward.
What about you, Waham? Don't you need also some blood? You also exerted yourself greatly.
Oh, I'm capable of hunting myself. I don't need the babysitting of another vampire.
Don't you also have you also already fed? You also exerted yourself greatly last night.
No, I'm not even near to your damage.
Yeah, Ihamus.
Yes, she's talking about Ihamus. She's concerned about him.
So you're going to follow Ihamus out of the cave as he's getting the carts ready. He says, "Oh, no. Don't worry about me. The rashness of your compatriot worries me greatly, far more than my minimal exertions. I honestly was concerned that he was going to kill you. And the fact that I saw lucidity in his eyes for a brief moment as he swung that blade greatly concerns me."
He nearly did.
Well, vampires generally deserve to die when it's mass murdering included. It's the act of terrorism.
Icarus is just saying this into thin air.
Yeah. Talking to himself as he sucks on the deer. So Ihamus finishes hitching everything up.
So wait, how much blood do I get from the deer?
8.
I don't know. 8.
The next time you feed is going to be a self-control roll on humans.
Okay.
Next time you feed on humans.
Okay.
So,
So is this like a permanent thing, or does it like something you overcome after feeding on animals essentially?
It's every time you feed on animals. The next time you feed on humans. It's
Okay.
like, oh, okay, that was a crap meal the last time. The heck with that.
So wait, Gangreas has to do that all the time?
Yes, they
'Cause-
do.
Ooh, that sucks.
Spiffy. Is there? There was only one deer coming about.
4.
Nicodemus would like to snag one of them, but
I think
he leaves the humans
Well-
to the rest.
So Ihamus brought three humans.
I believe
Hatshepsut fed on
Hatshepsut-
one. Albina fed on a second. So there's a third.
Nicodemus is assuming he was able to save the other two, because the 3 blood points were taken each time. I don't know of the second one.
Yeah. Make a wits plus medicine roll for me.
Spending willpower on that. That's free.
You manage to make up a tea that you believe is a stamina boosting tea, and you slowly pour it down their throats, and they swallow it. You're so happy to be able to use your medicine skill that I'm going to give you a extra dice to the next self-control roll that you make. You have successfully saved some people after a night of death.
Nicodemus just grumbles at it because he feels partially guilty about all of this. And he's going to drink some beer.
All right, Icarus, you drink 3 deer, and Nicodemus gets the next one.
Okay.
So you get 6 blood from him. Nicodemus, you
Oh,
get
6,
2
so
blood.
it's not 8.
That's good.
Okay, so I have to take 2.
All right. Plus, there was that third human, which he indicated was for between the 3 of you guys, but not Icarus.
Yeah. I'm not going to take the poison served by a snake.
Anyways, carts are hitched up, and everything's ready to go.
If no one is going to take the human, I am going to take if no one else desires it. The third one.
The
All right.
third one?
Nobody
Yeah,
spoke up for him.
Nicodemus implied that's for Albina, the two humans.
Okay, what about Hatshepsut?
She drank one. She drank one.
Yes, but
and
she also hungry. She's asking her that. She's asking if Hatshepsut desires.
Luke, are you there?
Sorry. I was typing out something. Typhon's Brew, oh. Oh, wait, now I'm confused. What are you asking about?
No, this is out of character question. Like, do we have beers? Maybe it gives blood point. I don't know.
I do not believe I took any Typhon's Brew with me. Bet.
All right, so everybody has drunk, put your gear away, packed everything up, and started back on the road.
How much of a boast was behind Ihamus's words when he said that, well, I'm cool?
Very little boast. The implication is that while he was out hunting, he fed.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Okay, about midnight, you begin clearing and you see the road leads to another very large city, Mycenae. Mycenae is a city on the decline. It used to be hugely populated, but not so much anymore. Like I said, the population's on the decline, but the city itself is still very beautiful. The boulevards are very wide. The city is walled. Yeah, I did that so I didn't have to keep flipping back and forth between screens.
Chris, your voice is cutting. Maybe you should.
I did it this way so I didn't have to flip back and forth between screens. All right, so the city is very beautiful. The boulevards are very wide. The walls are thick. Before I get there, I have one more thing to do. As you're just kind of traveling along the cart, everyone's just kind of dozing off. The adrenaline's kind of, if you were humans, I'd say the adrenaline is bleeding off from the last night. Somebody, Nicodemus, roll me a d20, please.
So what adrenaline?
I'm having Nicodemus roll me a d20.
I need to check something. Be right back.
12.
So what do you mean by adrenaline?
Okay, nothing happens.
Hello?
I said nothing happens. Can you hear me? Are we good?
Yes.
All right.
Nothing happened.
Yeah. But do you guys hear me?
Yeah?
Yes.
All right.
Yes.
So you start. The city is almost totally empty as you roll up. It can fit 30.
Fine.
It can fit 30,000 people. But it seems empty. It's quiet. Super incredibly quiet.
Can there be
Oh, thank
bandits?
goodness. Maybe this one will go without scandal.
The
What is
only noise that you hear is just leaves from the last winter just blowing down the nice wide streets.
what happens
What
to
time of night is it?
About midnight.
what happens to empty cities? Like do bandits or people like them, use the city? What is the general common knowledge?
It's just people quit living there.
So they don't, some bandits or people like this.
I mean, it's
just
possible.
doesn't.
Has it been abandoned for a while, or has it
It's
only
been
recently?
slowly emptying over the past couple generations.
Yeah.
Has
Well,
Nicodemus heard anything about this city and why would
yes,
this slow
actually.
decline happen?
Mycenae is actually very famous. Mycenaean civilization founded Crete. Intelligence plus academics rolls from everybody who would like to hear this.
Yes.
you know what? I'm going to do that because fun.
But we shall
So-
gonna suck anyway.
So what is the difficulty?
3 successes.
Oh,
Standard
I
6.
succeed.
Yep.
I succeed. I have one success. Woohoo!
You have 1 intelligence?
Yeah. I mean, come on.
No
I
wonder
think-
we are going through all this trouble.
All right, so Icarus, you've heard of Mycenae. That's about it. Albina and Nicodemus are both decently well versed in it. It was a very strong civilization for its time. It founded the Crete civilization, but it went on the decline before the First Peloponnesian War, and it never really recovered. Corinth and Argos both rose and eclipsed the city, and it's just been slowly emptying out ever since then.
Corinth. How far is Corinth anyway from here?
About 2 nights travel.
Oh shit. Wasn't there a problem last time we went near Corinth? No one knew what was going on.
I was wondering when you guys would remember that.
Yeah, I just recalled when you mentioned
Wait.
the name.
What happened in Corinth? Well, it was.
We don't know, but no one was going to go near there the last time we went, and this was during the Illyrian Wars.
Okay, and but was city getting, depopulated? Is it the word? I don't know.
Corinth
he getting-
is very famous and very, very rich.
Okay, so why would we don't go such a city then? It does not seem
Because no one knows what's going on there, and there are supposedly some bad vibes. At least it used to be like that, but now we are being sent to Athens.
Okay. Well, I mean, we have to pass through this city, right?
Yeah, it seems so.
then let's think together because it's abandoned and we can't know what's lurking
Well,
inside the
to
buildings.
be fair, you guys were given free reign to choose your route, and this is the route that you chose.
Free what? Sorry, your voice cut.
You guys were given free reign to choose your walking path, and this is the path you chose. Nobody told you to do it this way.
Okay. But
Yeah, that's
how?
right.
But do we want to lose time by picking another road and going back?
Anyways, Mycenae. You're in Mycenae.
Okay. So my suggestion: we stick together because we don't know what is lurking inside the buildings. So it's better to be together.
I'll tell you guys what.
So,
It is 5:50 in my time. That's closing in on the 4-hour mark. I think now's about a good time to put a bow on it for this session.
yeah, I
So,
agree.
It's one experience point for everybody. And I'm going to stop the recording, and then we can ask questions and talk.
I'm getting protein